What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic on a Football Monday. That's right, damn it. Football Monday is brought to you by Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and AC. They're the local Bryant home comfort team. Visit nopaybryant.com to keep your HVAC in the starting lineup. As we say good morning to Ray Dunn. Ray.
Good morning.
On a Positivity Pledge Monday, we say good morning to... He might be the most positive of all here today because he has his own prop, and it's going off of what the Eagles did this weekend. His name is Sean Brace. Good morning, Sean.
Oh, it's great to be with you, gentlemen. How are we doing? It's cold outside, baby. It's cold.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Yes. So, I did, for the listeners on the radio, you can't see it, but, John, the story is real quick if you would not mind.
Can we take it from – so let me – and I'll hand it off to you in a second.
Yep.
On Friday – we had a show where I was saying, like, hey, what are we doing? We're comparing Jalen Hurts to Ben Simmons. We're egging Kevin Patullo's house. Tanner McKee's going to be the starter. We're already benching. Like, what are we doing? They just won the Super Bowl. Can't we be a little bit positive? Not asking you to be unrealistic. This team sucks right now, and we know it, and I'm not happy about it. But I'm also not going over the top. Take a deep breath. Jesus, because they're still 8-4. I don't feel great about it. Whatever. Let's be a little bit positive.
8-4.
So did we call it the positivity pledge, or do we say take a pledge of positivity? I think it was pledge of positivity. Whatever.
I thought it was positivity pledge.
Okay, positivity pledge. We were doing
PP,
right?
baby, PP.
So then on Saturday, I see come on social media. It's tweeted, Instagrammed out. The Eagles have a vibe bunny in their locker room. Ray was on the air talking about it. It's a positive bunny, a bunny for positivity, a vibe bunny. All right, so Sean Brace walks in here this morning, and Sean, what do you have?
I got a vibe bunny. This was in my closet. I went to go change into my sweatshirt. My sweatshirt was buried. So for the chat, I'm wearing a nice brown sweatshirt for you.
More
out
brown.
There. Yeah, more brown. And all of a sudden, this thing pops up out of nowhere. John, I honestly have no idea where it came from. I was just cracking up. I go, is that a bunny? I pull it down. It powers up. It lights up. It's my daughter. It's a kid's bunny. I guess it's a night light. And I just thought it was hysterical because, like, it gives me a little bit of positivity right now as the Eagles are rolling into a Monday Night Football game against the Chargers. I feel like it's fate. It's meant to be.
And you never saw it before. You were looking for a sweatshirt, and this bunny was looking at you.
The glasses fell down, and I go, what the hell is that? It's a bunny. And I put it in the backseat of my car, and my daughter goes, that's my bunny. What are you doing with it? Got all mad.
Right?
Oh, yeah, you know how it is. Exactly. What are you doing
You
with
haven't used that for 3 years. I need it now. I want it tonight.
Exactly.
And you said, no, it's a prop for the radio show.
It's coming with us here. So for the Middays with Mark show, we got ourselves a positivity bunny, sir. Let's go.
So that's why you need to watch on YouTube as we welcome and say good morning to everybody watching on YouTube, because, Sean, we will bring in props.
Oh, yeah. You know, I get a little carrot top in me from time to time.
Ray Dunn is going to do smelling salts on YouTube at some point soon. So, Ray was talking about how he used smelling salts, and he was acting like it was a drug.
No, you were acting like it was a drug.
Well, you were talking about it like it was a drug.
No, I said doing smelling salts sounds a little too strong for what it is.
Well,
Sounds like it's not really doing anything.
But that's what you said.
Well, I stopped myself when I was saying do it. I'm not doing the semantics of this
Right,
again.
it's like I'm doing coke. That's what people say. That's how he was talking about it.
Well, how would you say it?
I wouldn't. I didn't.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
smelling
It's
salts.
difficult.
All right.
Hitting the salts.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, as long as they're not bath salts, I guess I can't be that mad at you.
We're fine.
Anyway, so Ray's going to also take a picture, or maybe I'll take a picture and send it to Ray, and we'll put it up on because we're trying to get our Twitter page going again, 975 Middays.
And look at that. Eagles green for you right there, all right? Or some sort of version of green.
So it changes.
It does change colors?
You know what, Sean? We actually have bunnies at our house, but all three kids still have them in their room. They're not big. That's a bigger bunny than what we have. But it's a
fate, man.
All
fate in the closet. Let's go. Come on, man. The Eagles got to go out there and find a way to win a game. Are we asking for too much at this point? For crying out loud, the quarterback's got one hand if he plays today.
All right. Normally, I don't like doing like on Fridays. I hate doing when the game's on Sunday. I hate doing a show where it's like our whole show is giving predictions and blah blah blah. Like I just want to do my radio show and then we talk about the game. But game day is a little bit different. The game is in hours from now.
Yep.
And it really is even though if they lose the game, then the apologists are going to come out afterwards and say, "Oh, they're still 8-5, and like the Cowboys are dead in the water, and they just have to win this game." No, like this is it. This is it for me. If they lose this game tonight, I'm done. All right, seriously, and it's not an easy game. They're favored in the game. It's not an easy game. But if this team is ever going to respond, it's going to happen tonight. Herbert, we think, is playing. He just had surgery. Their offensive line's banged up. If this team is going to do anything this year, they got to win tonight. And this is a must-win. Can't lose this one, Sean, but this is a must-win in my.
Where do I go with that? First of all, they very well could lose this game because they have a pretty good run game out there with L.A. I am wondering what Justin Herbert is going to be capable of. Again, it's just crazy to me that somebody can get surgery on not their throwing hand. I understand that, but still suit up not even a week later. That's just crazy to me. But even if he doesn't go, Trey Lance, I think, is a decent, okay. I think, yeah.
If you lose to Trey Lance, that's Joe Webb and that Vikings game all over again.
Total came down to 41.5, John. I don't expect a lot of scoring. I hope people are going to be amped up on some coffee, some caffeine tonight, because I don't know if the fireworks will be there to keep you up. I think this is a low-scoring game, and if the defense can bounce back, after being embarrassed in back-to-back games, the Dallas Cowboys second half and that shellacking that they took on Black Friday to the Chicago Bears, bounce back on the road, I think they can win this game.
So Dan Orlovsky said the Eagles have a bottom 5 defense without Jalen Carter, which is crazy, but they're obviously not as good without Jalen Carter. And Jalen Carter was barely out there on Friday. Maybe he was out there, but he was out there just in body, not in whatever else. He had 2 shoulder procedures. Like, Jesus, not 1 but 2.
He's not pulling down the Christmas decorations this year from the attic. That's for sure.
He is not. So maybe more surgeries happen in the offseason. But I still think ultimately this defense is going to be fine. The Chargers aren't an explosive team that's going out there and throwing the ball all over the place. Jim Harbaugh likes to run the football. Obviously, Herbert is a great athlete, great arm, can throw the ball. Don't get me wrong, but I agree with you. I think this is a low-scoring game. You're going to grind this out. So I'm not worried about the defense. I'm worried about the offense. And even though we have taken a pledge of positivity, and you have the vibe bunny, the positive bunny, hearing Saquon Barkley talk about how miserable everybody is on the sideline during games, and if your offense is struggling, I get it. But there's far too many people talking about how miserable this team is right now. And when I watch them play, I see a team that is miserable and exhausted and tired of hearing about Jalen Hurts and a Super Bowl last year and egging the offensive coordinator's house and everything else. We can be exhausting in this town. And it's actually great that they're getting away from Philadelphia for a game. The problem is they're going to a place where there's going to be more Eagles fans than Chargers fans. So if you go 3 and out on your second drive, you might as well be at Lincoln Financial Field, just in a dome.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't even think about that from the perspective of if they do struggle out there, the Eagles fans that are out there, and there's a ton of them. We've seen the videos on the timeline. You'll hear the boos. Think about that take.
And Joe Buck and Aikman will be like, oh, we're in Los Angeles, but it certainly doesn't sound like it right now. There's Eagles fans that are booing, right? And for everybody that wants Eagles fans are, you're not loyal and you're savages and all this other stuff. Andy Reid that offense was getting booed last night early because that offense sucks. Andy Reid was getting booed. Mike Tomlin, fire Tomlin chants were happening in Pittsburgh. So don't give me that we're savages. This is what happens. We have eyes, and this offense has sucked. So they deserve those boos on Friday. I hope we don't hear them tonight, Sean Brace. I don't feel, I'm just telling you, as much as I sit here, Ray, can I do this? Where I can be urging people to be positive and then pick against the Eagles. That's what I'm going to do. I think they lose the game. But my eyes in 2023 told me this team is going through the motions. This team doesn't believe that they can win. This team doesn't want they want the season to be over with. That's the way it feels to me right now. That's the way when I watch this team play right now. This is 2023.
Yeah, it's a tough needle thread here with I want you to be positive, but by the time we play tonight, I'm expecting them to lose the football game. I understand it. Because I'll be honest with you, the whole positivity thing, the more I think about this group, the less positive I get. Jalen Carter's not playing. I don't love the offensive line right now.
It's about the offense, man. Forget about Jalen Carter. Forget about all that other stuff. The offense needs to show up. And now Nick Sirianni's more involved. Tim McManus told us last week that he heard the name Nick Sirianni spoken about by the players a lot more than he had before when discussing the offense, and then it got leaked out over the weekend that he had been more vocal and he had been addressing the team and he was much more involved in the offense. And by the way, this is the first week he's doing that?
Yeah, thanks for punching the clock, Nick. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I showed up on offense.
Hell yeah. Quick note on the Chargers, John, just to let you know, even that's going to make you even a little more worrisome about the offense. Yeah, they're pretty good defense on that side of the ball for the Chargers. Only give up 168.3 passing yards per game. That's second in the NFL. So this is going to be a tough game for Jalen Hurts in that passing attack.
That fits right in for what the Eagles do passing the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of yards, man.
Nope.
610-632-0975. Middays with Marks, with Brace, with Ray Dunn. 610-632-0975. I believe I can be asking for positivity, but still pick the Eagles to lose. Because what I promised was I wasn't going to be disingenuous and just say blind faith, like, no, Eagles are going to win. I'm being positive. If they win this game, I believe that turns the season around completely. This is not about the players. This is about everything else. We know they have enough talent. Injuries are legit. They're real. But still, you're telling me even with a banged-up offensive line that you can't get anything going offensively? Really? Jalen Hurts, you're making $50 million a year. You can't get the passing going? Really? Saquon Barkley? Really? You can't bring in Tank Bigsby for some carries? He got one snap. One snap. After we talked about, he's going to get 6-7 carries. He's got one snap, no carries.
How many carries?
None. Zero.
Yeah,
one snap.
You said 6-7 carries.
Oh, I
Sorry.
didn't realize.
I had to. He's got the sweatshirt on. I had to. I
I didn't even realize what I was saying. 6-7. Yes, I have a 6-7 Grinch sweatshirt on today.
I just chomped the mic. I hit it with my teeth. I love it.
610-632-0975. Back with your phone calls and your reaction on the phone line, on the text line. How are you feeling about today? Sean, you feel good tonight?
A little bit better.
You picking them to win?
A little bit better. You know what? I might get there.
That's a no. Ray, picking them to win?
Yes, I am.
You are?
Oh, we got one.
All right.
Hook, line, and sinker on that Vegas line.
Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia. awful. I don't think that's like I think you ask anybody if they're being honest, we will all agree on that. But most importantly, I think the energy throughout the, in practice and walkthroughs and meetings been great. Now we got to carry that to game day. So all the stuff has been great. Now we got to make sure that on game day the energy's high, we execute when we make plays, and the rest should take care of itself.
Yeah, that's the coach. That's Saquon Barkley. That's the coach. That's the coach. If he's not calling plays and now he's just realized they have an offense and now he's involved in things, that's the coach. And think about, and you hear this a lot, especially with the Phillies. When the Phillies aren't hitting, you say there's low energy. Like they're not that they're not trying, but you know what I mean. Like they're just kind of out there. They're going through the motions. There's like the body language is bad. When you're struggling, that's what happens. That's natural. You're not going up there having fun. Oh, they're getting batter's box. No, you're like up there being like, Jesus, man, I struck out twice already today. We can't get the offense going. They're booing us. I mean, think about it from their perspective. They're going out there at home. It's second and 9, then it's 3rd and 7, and an incomplete pass, 4th down. They know what's coming. So now they're playing tight. Jalen Hurts is trying to make plays. That interception he threw on Friday against the Bears, that's because he's trying to make something happen. That was on 3rd down. They don't want to have to punt again. So now you're starting to try to do too much. That's bad.
Well, and again, I don't have too much of an issue with him trying to make plays. You don't want to see turnovers happen, but in that moment, you're so spot on. He was trying to make something happen, and he was aggressive and ended up getting picked off. But I'm with you. Saquon, on one side, John, I want to commend him for being honest, right? But that is not what you need at this point in time. You do not need your star running back, a guy that you're looking at as a focal point. I get Jalen Hurts is number one, but Saquon Barkley, what he was to this team last year, winning a Super Bowl, and then now he's saying awful. He's using the word awful. Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to be reading that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to see that.
Well, and here's why. If they lose again. Hey, last week Saquon said that energy was awful on the field. Every player is going to get asked about that. Jalen Hurts is going to get asked about it. No, I mean, it wasn't said. It wasn't like said because he was trying to be a jerk or anything like that. But like you said, it's just, what are you getting from it? You're challenging how about you say it in a meeting? How about when you guys are like the night before the game, which would be, they probably had their speech and everything last night where Nick spoke to the team.
Sure.
How about he stands up and he said, listen, I know we're losing and I know it's been tough on there, but like, hey man, did the bunny go to Los Angeles, Ray? Did it make the trip?
Oh, that's a great question.
It had to. Unless, first of all, it was an offensive lineman. Do we know who the offensive lineman was?
I don't.
We haven't gotten the information on who just put it there.
All right, so that's one. And look.
I didn't know if it was Nick.
I want to put this out there. Offensive line humor is a little.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different than,
wide receiver humor.
The cool humor. And I mean it with all respect here, okay?
I agree with you.
But,
All right, who would it be on the line? If it's an was that confirmed it was an offensive lineman?
I thought it was an offensive lineman. That's what I thought I read.
I had Ray. Was it is that confirmed? An offensive lineman? Is that?
That's all I saw on Twitter.
Reporting. Lane ain't coming out with a positivity bunny. Vibe bunny.
It could be something like Jordan would do.
Feels like a Mailata.
A Mailata?
Yeah.
Positive, mate?
Yeah.
We need a vibe bunny, mate.
He should have put Bluey in the locker room. Right.
Landon Dickerson?
No.
He wears overalls with no shirt.
Yeah,
he's a little goofy. Cam Jurgens, I don't think it would be. Steen sure as hell ain't bringing in a bunny.
What do you think Jalen Hurts' reaction was when he walked into the locker room and saw that?
Smirk and then walk away.
Like, are you kidding me?
I don't think he better not be mad about it. There's a purpose behind it. Like, here's what honest to God, I was thinking this earlier in the year. This is where when the team's waiting for Nick to come in the locker room, he comes running in naked and just like runs past them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or comes in a bikini, like wearing a bikini or something. Something to lighten the mood. Something to lighten the mood. These guys are so tight right now.
I said last week to you that I thought I would wish that he would step up to the podium and say, guys, I'm all in. Like, we are making the playoffs. Because the odds were in your favor, right? It's not like you're coming out of nowhere, you're in the basement. No, you literally are front and center in the division, and if you win 3 out of the next 5 games, you're going to win the division. This is before the Cowboys lost. Right. I thought he should have stepped up to the microphone and said, I'm all in. Like, we are making the playoffs. We're turning this around.
Jim Fossil.
Yeah, a little Jim Fossil action, but he doesn't do that. Or stand up for your man Patullo, and we didn't even get that either. Now we got a vibes bunny in the middle of the locker room.
So I've heard Jaws has told me before that when you have a team meeting, it's too late. Anytime that a team has a team meeting, and it's not in all cases, but if you're having team meetings all the time, your season's in the toilet. I'm wondering if the same thing with the vibe bunny. If you have to have a vibe bunny, is it over? Is the season over?
That's kind of where I was when I saw it on Saturday. It was like, I'm going to rally around this, obviously, because it's awesome.
Because we're positive.
Right, yeah.
But we're cooked.
But
Yeah. If you got a wheel and a big positivity bunny, you're in trouble.
Yep.
who decided the bunny, too? Like that. This is, what does the bunny have to do with the
Is this
positive?
Stoutland University? You think Stout arranged this? Doesn't seem like a Stoutland. Maybe Stoutland Community College is. They've been
But
downgraded.
if they go out there and win today, bunnies on all sweatshirts being printed across the Delaware Valley. Everyone's going to be all in. And, John, the schedule, we were yelling about this before the show started. Are you kidding me with this schedule that's coming up for this team? It is there for the taking.
The Commanders got beat 31-0 by the Vikings. If you can't beat them 2 out of 3 to end the season,
Correct.
You do not. I don't even want them in the playoffs. All right, coming up, actually, I was thinking about this as well this morning. We have some text comparing the Vibe Bunny to Brad Miller's bamboo plant. If you remember.
That's a pull.
Yeah.
That's a diehard Philadelphia sports fan right there because that didn't hit me immediately.
Well,
when you said it.
I actually thought about it because Jack actually brought in a bamboo plant, just like you brought in this dumb bunny right here. The stupid Vibe Bunny.
Eagles green, let's go.
610-632-0975. Does it have a setting where it goes from color to color? Because that's what our bunny does.
I believe it
rotates.
does. It's just, it's one of those knockoffs, so it's not really working as it should. But, yeah, I think if you hit it like a kid, like a baby would hit it.
Does it have a remote? Because mine have remotes.
No remotes.
Coming
No
up.
audio either.
Saquon was asked about the Vibe Bunny, and he seems pretty confused, kind of like we are with it. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Chance to bounce back tonight. I'm Ray Judd with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles play on Monday Night Football for the second time this season. This time they're out in L.A. to play the Chargers tonight. Tim McManus of ESPN reported over the weekend that Nick Sirianni has taken a more active role in the offense as they continue to look for answers on that side of the football.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
What it means, will it work? Well, that's all we have to find out tonight on ESPN. The Monday Night Football kicking off at the 8 o'clock hour. Eagles, of course, without Jalen Carter, Lane Johnson for this game. Justin Herbert on the other side for the Chargers. Questionable, he had surgery on his non-throwing hand. He's expected to play, but just kind of remarkable to be playing less than 10 days later. 76ers lost 112-108 to the Lakers last night despite 28 points from Tyrese Maxey. LeBron James, 2 big shots down the stretch. Finished with 29 points in the win for the Lakers. Colorado Avalanche came to town yesterday, beat the Flyers 3-2 yesterday, continuing an impressive start to the season for them. They've only lost 2 games in regulation. This update's brought to you by Super Shirt. You're in a small business, you need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Shirt. Not kind of shirt, not pretty shirt, but Super Shirt. Coming soon. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers Flyers, the best bird stock in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Christmas. I do the Christmas stuff. I got kids, but like I'm not really big like joyful holiday person, I guess. So I don't know why. I think that's really the only spot we can pit a Big Bunny. But I was told it's Vibe Bunny, and the vibes are high. So there we go.
Oh, yeah. Saquon sounds like vibes are really high. Could he have said it any more miserable in that freaking cut? When he talks about the sidelines, he might be the one of the chief people out there miserable on the sideline.
He needs to get bonked over the head with this Vibes Bunny, I believe. That might be the best case scenario. He's not a holiday guy, though. That's
What does that mean?
He's got kids, too, right? Like, how are you not a holiday guy with kids? I don't think you can be that, right? Unless you're Scrooge.
I'm wearing a friggin' 6'7" sweatshirt with the Grinch on it.
Love the Grinch.
You got to embrace it. Your kids love it. See, everybody that I hear people complain about the whole 6'7" thing, my kids love it.
Yeah.
So like, just lean into it. Yeah, the sweatshirt's awesome too.
Thank the good Lord above. My daughter does not know anything about 6'7".
She doesn't?
No, nothing.
Well, I guess that's
Nothing.
because my 4-year-old's always saying 6'7" to me, but that's because of her sisters. I don't think it's made it into her preschool. I'm surprised even in kindergarten she's not 6'7".
No 6'7" over there.
The people that I say can hate it are teachers because they get bonked over the head every day with these young idiots out there doing it.
I saw In-N-Out Burger is no longer doing customer 67.
Is that right?
Because, they go 66 to 68 because apparently there's all these influencers and idiots on Instagram that are showing up and waiting for customer order 67 and going bonkers. Yes. What is the matter with us? We are out of our minds.
We can't help ourselves. Ray, 6'7"?
Society's fallen.
Yes.
It's over.
Oh, for
We're
sure.
cooked.
I'm
done.
Beyond cooked. It's done.
Yeah, we're done.
Just make me a robot.
So, Ray, you were saying that people brought up the Brad Miller bamboo plant little thing that a bench player tried to bring some positive vibes to the Phillies.
Yes, Eric from Virginia texted it, and I saw it multiple times on the YouTube chat to open the show here, which the comparison...
So when they say it, are they just saying, hey, this is like the bamboo plant? Or are they saying, like, hey, remember when the bamboo plant didn't do jack?
Well,
and now we're doing a vibe bunny?
That's kind of where I think this conversation goes, because Bamboo Brad's remembered for a fun few weeks, but it didn't save anything.
What year was that? Was that Gabe Kapler?
2019. Yes, I'm looking at it right now. I swear to you, I apologize. I didn't remember the bamboo plant.
Love it.
It did not hit me. I don't know. And next thing you know, I'm reading about it now, and somewhat I am being reminded of it. 2019 was pre-pandemic. That was a different world. It was a different world.
Yeah, I couldn't have told you it was 2019. Wow, so it was pre-COVID?
Yes. Pre my kid.
So they didn't make the playoffs that
Let me
year?
tell you about my life before I had a kid. Two kids now. I got 2 kids.
I don't remember life before I had kids. So it said it turned the season around, but this was also in June of that year. So I guess maybe it helped in the short term. The reality is you can't use gimmicks. Either you're good enough or you're not. Either players like playing with each other or they don't. Either your coaches are good enough and your scheme's good enough and your players are good enough. Now, the Eagles have shown that they have enough talent. I'm like, this idea, and I've said it a million times, that, well, here, what's the difference between this year and last year? Oh, well, Kellen Moore, like BS. The offensive line, they can't run the ball like they did last year. Mm-hmm. And I almost use it, like I almost say, well, it's totally understandable that the offense sucks. They can't run the ball. It's not okay that the offense sucks. You have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Your offensive line's still okay. You have Jalen Hurts. You have Saquon Barkley. You have Tank Bigsby. You're telling me you can't even have an average offense with these players?
Yeah, it's really frustrating, and that's the big point. It's like the drop-off has been so drastic. Of course, last year, top of the charts, the comparison to what Saquon had this year at this point in time last year, I think it's 1,500 yards, and he's only got like 725 at this point in time right now this year. It's crazy. It's glaring. And I would just say that, like, even if you were to be mediocre at running the football, maybe they have another win or two. But the issue is they can't run the football at all. And that's offensive line, that's Saquon Barkley, that's stale play calling. I think, John, I did PHL this morning, right? PHL 17, and they asked me, they said, what's been the difference with this team? They got off to a hot start to where we're at now. More than ever, what's hitting me, of course, is the offensive line, the struggles there. But I would just say the book is being written. The book's already written, and defensive coordinators know what's coming. It's not that difficult of an offense to really grasp onto the concept. These hitches, I never thought I would complain about something like this, but you can't tell me that's a good thing that the 3-yard pattern is first and foremost your number one go-to.
It's a lot of things. You're right. It's that. It's a great point. I always say that I play checkers, not chess, and the Eagles played checkers last year.
There you go.
Nick Sirianni can't play chess.
Ooh.
Right? 2023.
It'd be hysterical if he was really good at chess.
There's a 0% chance he's good at chess. Do we agree? Right?
So I'm not doing a good enough
You
job.
think Nick Sirianni has the patience and the personality to play chess? Maybe Stoutland.
Check me.
Right.
Checkmate? I don't even know.
Yeah,
Not check me. It's checkmate.
No, I'm going to check you. It's checkmate. That's what
checkmate.
it's over.
Yeah, not check me. Sorry.
I'm not,
Not a big
I am
chess
not
guy.
a chess guy. No, definitely not.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
after hearing that, idiot. But like when they can play checkers, 2023, last year or 2022, last year when they need to play chess in 2023. I mean, think about it.
Yep.
They were winning games, and then a defensive coordinator came out and said, "Here's how we're going to defend the Eagles," and they had no answer for it. And everybody blamed Brian Johnson. What the hell is the head coach doing?
Right.
The head coach, who has been an offensive coordinator in this league, he had no answer because he's a checkers player.
Yeah.
Line up. Our offensive line's better than your defensive line. We're going to blow you off the ball, and Saquon Barkley's unbelievable. That's playing checkers. This year, they can't do that. And the chess game's played by Sean McVay and those coaches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, blowing teams out. I could not believe that game. Jonathan Gannon might be in trouble in Arizona. Now,
he's going to get fired. He should
just
be
a hunch. But you're right. And you look back at when they made the change of Brian Johnson, the offense was scoring points. That was crazy. Like, you're looking back at some of those numbers, and it was obviously the defense number one issue. We know all about the collapse. But, man, they were putting up numbers. They were averaging a lot of points.
It was that Bills game was the last game.
Yeah.
Because Hurts was going toe-to-toe with Allen, and then Elliott had that kick in the rain, in the pouring rain from 50-plus
Yeah.
that went in. The offense was fine at that point, and then, boom, it went down.
How about, speaking of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, how about yesterday's game? How glorious was that?
Yeah, I watched the best team in the AFC North play yesterday, and they lost. It was the Bengals. They're going to make the playoffs. The Ravens and the Steelers suck. Both of them suck.
Yeah, terrible.
That was a bad game. Those are two very average teams, very flawed teams.
Tell you what, man, Mike Tomlin's got a hell of an agent. That guy hasn't won a playoff game in ages. Yet
2016.
He's considered one of the greatest coaches. It feels like when it gets discussed, I'm like, dude, I don't know why they're hanging on to him for so long, but knock yourself
Steelers.
out. Yeah.
It's the Steelers. 610-632-0975. It is Middays with Marks. That's Sean Brace. And so on the record right now, we're not going any further. Final score tonight.
Honest, I swear to you, I'm not doing this because I'm on the radio with you. I think they win. I do. And last week I wasn't feeling that. But today, right here, right now, positivity bunny in my right hand and my left. Check me, boys. Check me. Birds win.
Cover? Well, it's only 2 points. It's
Yeah.
hard not to say.
It's crazy that they're still favored. Like, they were 7-point favorites against the Bears. I laughed at that. I could get down with this. I think they go out there and win by a field goal.
Ray?
24-20. Give me a Birds
There
win out
you
there in
go.
L.A. tonight.
See, very positive show.
Let's go.
That's why we have our own vibe bunny right here. 610-632-0975.
So your prediction, John?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Eagles lose 20-16.
Oh, boo.
I have been given no reason to believe that this team is good enough to go out to Los Angeles against a team that is not a great team, that is not a team that should be overwhelming the Eagles. This is one of these games, and this is one of these stretches in the season where you need a team that goes out there and says, we're not losing this game. Like, we're going out there and we are winning this game. That normally comes from the quarterback. That comes from the messaging from the head coach. And then the defense needs to make the stops. The defense made the stops leading up until the last couple weeks. They were the side of the ball that was really carrying the team. It's now time for the offense to do the same thing. It's now time for Jalen Hurts to say, you know what? We haven't been good. We can't run the ball, but I'm going to get this done. And they haven't done it. And I don't know if when you have players that even if they're not necessarily pulling in different directions, if they're not pulling in the same direction, you can't win games like this. And they may not be pulling in any direction, but if everybody's not on the same page and pulling with each other, saying like pick each other up, like come on, let's go. We're not losing this. You're losing this game tonight. And I don't think the Eagles are there. 610-632-0975. Back with your phone calls. Also, McManus talking about Sirianni. He finally realized the offense is a problem, and he's involved now.
Hell yeah.
Breaking news. Thanks, Nick. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody. It's
Very positive Monday here, Middays with Marks. Sean Brace has his Vibe Bunny, his own personal Vibe Bunny. That's positive.
There you go.
Ray, would you consider Ray a positive guy?
I would, actually. Yeah, he comes off very positive to me.
You're not negative. I'm not trying to say you're negative.
Listen,
Say positive's usually one of the more
I don't know if you're positive.
critical things I get heard about. No, it's too positive.
Are you too positive?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in the car on Saturday, tuned in, heard Ray on the call, right?
Appreciate that.
Ray's hosting, and he's talking about the Eagles game on Monday night, and he's like, I don't know if I've been hit over the head by the positivity bunny, but I like the Eagles. I think I'm talking myself in. He referenced this bunny like 2 or 3 times. I didn't see the tweet. I had no idea that this inflatable bunny was at the NovaCare complex or inside the locker room. And I look at my wife, I go, what the hell is he talking about?
No, you're listening to sports radio with Kelly and your kids in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Not just listening to sports talk radio. He's listening to me.
Right on, baby.
Poor family, man.
Just cruising.
Wow. I'm
Holiday
sure
music is great this time of
Great
year.
Ray Dunn, man.
I'm telling you the percent chance of that happening in the same scenario. There isn't a percent chance because it's 0.
Oh, Ray, I was tuned in. I was
appreciate
listening,
that.
man.
I didn't realize it was the whole family
I'm
locked
just.
in.
Trust me, Kendall was about to dial in.
Was she giving takes,
Yeah,
Kendall, on the
she-
Vibe Bunny?
she
So
could
anyway,
rep-
for the Vibe Bunny, describe it because it's large, huge. Is it like almost a mini float? Like if you were in a parade? It's not a parade-sized float, but it had. What was it on?
It's your neighbor that's trying too
Correct.
hard around the holidays. That's what it is. It's the big inflatable one you put out in the lawn.
But it's bigger than a regular blow-up, or is it the size of? Because I have blow-ups.
I was going to say, I want to bring that back up because if I have blow-ups, does that mean I'm trying too hard?
No,
'Cause-
but the size of this blow up is kind of absurd.
Okay, so there's see, and this is actually a conversation I'd love to get into full time. But so we have blow-ups. Actually, we put them up yesterday, but we don't have the taller than my house frosty blow-up that obviously, like, if it got blown off, it would blow up your house.
There's some crazy inflatables out there. I saw a Santa
That's what you're
hat.
talking about, right?
yeah, I mean, it's bigger than the lockers. Like,
Yeah.
it's taller than the lockers. I'm not against a blow up. I
Okay.
want to be very clear.
You're not
on that.
anti-blow-up.
No,
All right.
not at all. Don't let that come across that
All
way.
right.
However, this one's a little much. This one's
It's the
a little.
obnoxious blow-up. Look at me.
Gotcha.
Look
This
at
is
me,
the
look at me.
I live for this exact holiday. Type
If I
thing.
had a bigger yard, that would definitely be me. But I have a very small yard, so I have a snowman, and that's it.
So 8 years ago, we moved into our house on the 23rd of December.
Wow.
Very convenient time to move. And so I went out to Home Depot to buy. I'm like, let me get some decorations or whatever. We were coming from a townhome where it's like we didn't have Christmas, outdoor Christmas decorations, not that many. And I saw that it was a display. They didn't have a lot left. There was a display, and it was a Christmas goat. Why was there a Christmas goat? I'm not entirely sure. It wasn't a reindeer. It was a goat. I'm not entirely sure if I realized it wasn't a reindeer, and I bought it. But I bought it. It was this Christmas goat, and my wife and Liz was like, why did you buy a goat? Like, what does it have to do with Christmas? And I really don't think I realized it was a goat, to be honest. I bought it. It was like $10.
Yeah.
This damn thing, it is still kicking 8 years later. All the other blow-ups have come and gone, have stopped working, the motors have gone. This goat is the goat. And when it dies, it's going to take a big piece of me, man. I may have to get a new motor installed, new lights and
Ooh.
everything else.
I'll tell you what. So you're telling me the price comes down as it gets closer to Christmas. That's something
And
I
it's a
did not
display.
know. Oh,
Yes.
very nice.
Yeah. paid
I did see a female reindeer in a martini glass at Lowe's for $1.30. And if I was employed at a full-time basis, I was going to buy it and put it in the front yard. I'll show you a picture during the break.
You put it on Instagram
Yes.
and tagged your wife. I saw it.
And if I was employed, I would have rolled in, plugged that bad boy in the front yard just to get the reaction of my wife. A female reindeer in a martini glass. You got to love it.
It's you.
Yes. Yeah.
You could definitely pull it off.
Santa baby.
Yeah.
Santa baby.
Yeah. Your parents have blow-ups and stuff on the front lawn, Ray?
Here we go.
I don't think they do right now. Like growing up, I know we did the blow-ups in the front
Right, but
yard. We
now
also
they're
had
not
the-
as worried about it.
Yeah, Santa in the backyard, the whole sled. I mean, we tried hard. Like, let's be clear, try hard. I'm absolutely going back after my family on this one. We are,
Yeah.
we know how to celebrate the season.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I love Christmas. I'm unlike Saquon, I love the holidays.
And speaking of Kelly, my wife texting in. So the reason why this bunny was in the closet, she said, when I'm trying to get rid of stuff, I hide it in the closet for a while and wait to see if she notices it missing before I donate it. So the
And then-
Vibes bunny was about to be donated. I'm telling you, it was fate this morning. Like, people might think, like, this guy's an idiot. He's bringing, look at him trying
That
to
is
show
fate.
off. This is fate. This thing was in my closet. I've never seen it before. The glasses fell down. I said, what the hell is that? It's a bunny. When the Eagles put a Vibes bunny in their locker room, I brought it to the show.
If they win tonight, it might be because of you. Seriously, it's something. It's some kind of positivity. It's not
We
going to
need
make
it.
me change my score.
We need it.
Nick in South Philly. Nick, how you feeling for tonight, buddy? What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Got it, brother. What's going on?
Hey, I just got 3 things to basically just get off my chest. I've been wanting to call you guys. First thing, winter meetings just started. I just want to know your thoughts on what the Phillies possibly could do. I just read that the Pittsburgh Pirates offered Schwarber a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
Also,
so just hang with us because we're going to do a segment on the Phillies and that. Yeah, because the Pirates come off the top rope, offer him $100 million.
Come on down.
Yeah, he's going to Pittsburgh for sure. But go ahead.
Also, I want to mention, listen, I'm not worried about the Eagles. I think tonight they win. This has to be the game that they win. And, come playoffs, it's just going to be a whole different game with them. I think they're going to bring a different side of them. It's just my personal opinion.
So you think the Eagles, hold on. So you think the Eagles, that starts tonight, or they just need to make the playoffs and then they flick the switch?
They're going to flip the switch tonight.
Tonight, okay.
I think, yeah. They're definitely flipping it tonight. And last question, because I actually have to get back to work. I do want to get your thoughts on the Flyers, how exciting this season has been. And also, I've been hearing rumors with Quinn Hughes. And, obviously with Tyson Forrester being injured for about 3 months, I just want to know if you guys think they're going to maybe make a move before the deadline, or just ride it up to the deadline and then go from there. So, but Nick, I'll let you guys.
Yes, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Get back to work. Now, this isn't a fake show where I give you fake analysis right now because I really can't. I'm a Flyers fan. Of course, I'm a Flyers fan. I want them to win.
Yeah.
Haven't been locked into the season so far this year. So Ray actually is probably the biggest Flyer fan on the show. I know Harry. At least when we talk about it, he seems to talk like and obviously Martinez when he's here, we get his insights.
Yeah. Making me the biggest Flyers fan on this show is
Take it away.
saying I'm the tallest guy around. It's not exactly.
Well, I am short on top of of everything,
but I'm not tall. So
Colarulo can answer these questions because he's locked in.
He is a Flyers guy. Yeah, and I watch, but to sit here and start talking about rumors.
Yeah, it was the Quinn Hughes rumors. I'll tell you, I don't think it's happening because I don't really give it much thought.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
I tuned in yesterday. They lost. They're a fun team to watch. They got some fight in them. But
that was against Colorado yesterday, right? And that was an entertaining game, and they won the game before. No, Sean, I'm so ready after football season's over to jump on the bandwagon.
I am. I'm a college hoops guy, so that kind of takes my focus more than NHL.
College hoops?
Yeah, I love some college hoops, bro.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're Feast Week 2 weeks ago. Last week was insane. Oh, March Madness. Yeah, college sports in general. I just love the madness behind it.
I saw on Saturday, I was watching a big college football day, and I was like, all right, well, is there another game that's on? I was flipping through, and there was a college basketball game on CBS.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the hell's watching college basketball right now? I guess college basketball fans.
Gonzaga and Kentucky. Gonzaga, Kentucky on Saturday had a
Kentucky
screen.
got whooped?
Got whooped, yeah.
And then one of the Rex players, Cousins, was mad or something. Everybody's mad.
Yeah, everybody's all mad.
All right, coming up, we'll hear from Tim McManus talking about Nick Sirianni because Nick Sirianni finally, I think Howie whispered in his ear, like, Nick, the offense is really struggling. Can you maybe get involved a little bit more? So we'll give you the details of what's going on with Nick Sirianni and the offense. Thank God. He's finally come to save the day. It's Middays with Marks. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Trying to get the offense going. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and I could use that title for this update pretty much every day for the last month. The latest plan ahead of Monday Night Football tonight in L.A. against the Chargers. Apparently, Tim McManus reporting this week that Nick Sirianni is taking a more active role in that offense. What that means, well, we still have yet to figure that one out.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week, heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
We'll see if they find any more answers offensively tonight against the Chargers. They will be without Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson in the game tonight. Justin Herbert questionable after having surgery on his non-throwing hand last week. he is expected to play. The 76ers lost 112-108 to the Lakers last night despite 28 points from Tyrese Maxey. And the Flyers lost to the Colorado Avalanche 3-2 yesterday. Avalanche continuing an incredible start to their season. This update is brought to you by Supersure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Supersure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Supersure coming soon. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best bird talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, we're back. Middays with Mark, Sean Brace, the Vibe Bunny, our own Vibe Bunny.
That's right.
And this isn't one of these things where it's like, oh, those guys are so cheesy. It was fate.
It's the Fate Bunny.
It is the Fate Bunny.
It's the Fanatic Fate Bunny.
He's in the closet.
In Middays with Marks right here.
Ray Dunn's also here, but he's not at the board right now. I don't know what happened, but his nose started bleeding. I'm in taking a leak during the commercial. And I hear someone come in, and he's like feverishly running the water. And I'm like, who is this? Because, the last thing you want is some maniac.
It's a small bathroom. Yeah.
So, I turn around when I'm finished, and Ray he's got blood gushing down his nose.
bloody nose.
No, it wasn't just the blood. It was like, he's like, my nose is bleeding. And I'm like, I thought it was one of these things where it's actually, I'm going to talk about it later, where, in the winter,
Yes.
your nose gets dried out and it'll bleed or whatever.
Sure.
This looked like he got punched in the face. There's one.
Wow.
It was happening during the update. So he's like, nobody noticed. The YouTube producer didn't tell me there's blood coming out of my nose. So we want to go back and see how bad it is. You got to put it out on.
I got to see this video.
Yeah.
And while he's bleeding, he's doing the update, giving the Flyers score. Unbelievable. You're talking about a guy that's willing to bleed for this show, for this station, John.
Yep.
Doesn't get much better than that. Look at him. Wow.
He's got a napkin in his nose. Are you okay?
I'm still bleeding over here.
Now, are you known for?
Yes, this happens.
okay.
With the
All
dry
right.
air, this always happens.
So I thought it was because it happens to me and there's actually bloody boogers on the wall in the
come
bathroom, which is a totally different segment. But like that, so my nose during the winter because of the dryness or whatever, it will bleed a little bit. Not like that.
Oh yeah, for me it's like a faucet, and it happens. Like I have to lay down usually for a little bit, or like
I have to ask you, do you think there's video?
Oh, there has to be video. I'm doing the update with my hand.
I think
cupped.
you could go look at it right now. Did anybody notice it on the YouTube
I don't
chat?
know, because I was trying to run to get out of here to try and take care of this. Last thing I need to do is bleed all over this board. I'll have engineering throw me out of here.
Yeah.
That's why you watch on YouTube is because Ray's nose is bleeding during the update.
That's worth a few 5-star reviews right there. The guy is literally bleeding over the board. I can't wait to see
Yes,
this.
5-star review. Give us 5-star reviews just because Ray is bleeding for the show. He really is. Like, this is what young guys need to do.
You're right.
You bleed for you do anything you need to. And maybe he didn't do it on purpose, but still he's technically bleeding for the show. There's Ray. And he's got to.
Did we hit the legal? I missed that part.
He did hit the legal.
Okay, good.
No, excuse me.
I think I have to.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I
my
got
bad.
to.
Yeah.
Mike Vito has come into the producer studio to try to help. Is there blood all over? Are you leaking blood?
There's not blood all over. I mean, there's just blood that's still pouring out of my nose.
Yeah, there's a lot of people checking in on the YouTube chat. Yeah, Ray's bleeding for this city. Shout out to Colby on this one.
He is.
Very nice.
Between our own fate vibe bunny and Ray bleeding for the Eagles, that may have me change. You know what?
Are you in?
They're winning the game today.
Oh, see, welcome to the right side of it, John.
I got to change my Bet Parks pick of the day. I picked the Chargers to win the game.
You put that video out?
No, well, it gets posted after the show. I'm not going to put it while I'm on the air. That's not
Gotcha.
fair.
Understood.
Anyway. Are we okay? You all right?
Yeah, can I just get a real quick?
What is going on back there?
I just don't understand how you have to cut us to break, right? I thought we were tighter than this. You see me
No.
sitting here.
He's not paying attention to your nose. Was it bleed? How bad was it bleeding?
You
when we
see
went to
me
update?
going like this. The video's gonna be funny. I mean, the video's gonna be good because
Yeah.
I'm.
There's no way you stop that. No. Nice work by him to keep that rolling. All love and respect. I mean, we're here.
Well, no. I mean, once I'm done the update, like maybe Nate coming in, like taking
gotcha.
over.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I came walking out of there like, hey, anybody back here paying attention to what's going on in the show?
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
I'm looking for it right now. Anyway, so Nick Sirianni, he's now more involved in the offense. Tim McManus reported this, broke the big story on Saturday. Here is T-Mac.
Well, an interesting development here with the Eagles. I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week, heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers. The offense has had a tough time getting going this year. 15.5 points per game over the last 4 games. They've dropped 2 straight. They're down in most major statistical categories, and they need a jolt. And the way that Sirianni's role is right now, he's that CEO coach that can go from one place to another depending on what needs to be addressed at that time and in that moment. He's an offensive mind, and right now the offense needs a little bit of help. So Kevin Patullo, first-year offensive coordinator, he remains the play caller, and they remain confident in him. But Sirianni starting to get a little bit more active in that area. Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting or it's long overdue. It's not like this offense was high flying and then it hits the skids recently. It's actually gotten worse after the bye week. So what did you do? Sabotage the team during the bye week this year? Last year it fixed the team. What did they do? The offensive has sucked since the bye week. Is it just the fact of they didn't want him more involved before and now he's involved now? I mean, Jesus, you got to do something.
This is week 14, and now we're hearing this. You know where I stand. I think that this is an operation that is run by Howie Roseman.
I agree.
And Howie was, okay. Again, not to sit here and say that they need to learn about Nick, but, like, Nick, step up. Like, this is the moment that you need
got to be
prove
able
your
to do
worth.
something. I mean, Jesus.
Maybe Howie allowed him to do a little bit extra this year because of the success that they had last year, but now he's stepping in saying, okay, get involved. I still don't know what that means. He's going to get involved. What is he going to start calling plays?
So one of the first, what Tim said last week was, just because they're saying they're not switching the play caller doesn't mean that they're not switching the play caller. You remember, they didn't say anything about Sean Desai.
That's fair.
But they also, I don't think they were asked, like, hey, are you moving on from Sean Desai? They just did. So I don't think Nick Sirianni is going to be calling plays yet. But, like, at what point do you have to say it can't be worse than this? That's where we are right now.
Oh, yeah.
And this goes far beyond play calling. It really does. This is about everything. This is about whatever they're trying to do offensively. Jalen Hurts isn't able to make it happen. Defenses are all over him. When I see guys open during the course of a game, but they can't run the ball. But they're trying to do the same. How many times did they line up under center last week? Remember they were having success running the ball under center, then they just stopped doing it?
Yep.
Is that because Jalen doesn't want to do it? Is that because Cam Jurgens doesn't want to do it? Why is Tank Bigsby not giving any role on this offense? Like, it's none of it makes sense.
No, it doesn't. There is a lot of question marks right now, and it's just so off-putting for a team that had the success that they had last year and all the pieces coming back, and everything felt like it was just going to be a smooth operation this season. And then now, no, it's not the case. Here we are, this team searching for answers. Tonight, it doesn't get any easier. It's a tough team as far as defense is concerned with the Chargers, but this is a winnable football game in Vegas. For a lack of a reason that I have, still have the Eagles favored.
It was the same thing in 2023.
You're right.
I would say, be like, well, the Eagles are going to win this game. Vegas is. This is such an Eagles line. Same thing happened in 2023.
Is that just because the Philadelphia Eagle fan is ready to pour their heart and soul as far as the money is concerned and just bet them?
They just have a bad read on it.
Or 7-point favorites over the Bears on Black Friday was absurd. It just was. And I don't know if I'm willing to go that far as 2.5, but I don't know if I'm making the Eagles the favorite either. I like, how about a pick?
A pick 'em makes a lot more sense.
That's where I stand, yes.
Yeah, they were against San Francisco. Remember that San Francisco game?
Yeah.
That actually was Vegas telling you.
The morning show was talking about that game this morning.
San Francisco came in after they beat the Bills and were favored in the game. And because if you say on the air like that line's telling me something, you get a lot of fans that say like, "Oh, shut up," blah 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 blah, and then the Niners kicked their ass. But then they were favored, or they're underdogs against the Cowboys. They got smoked. They were favored against Seattle on the road. Remember that game?
Yep.
Who's the Drew Lock started that game?
Correct.
They lost. They were favored by 3. They lost. This is the Seattle game. Everybody dismissed all the other stuff. I remember saying they're not losing to Drew Lock. They're not losing to Drew Lock. They're not losing to the Seattle. Oh, but it's a good home field. Screw that. That's an Eagles line. And they lost.
And they lost.
I'll
tell you what.
They were favored by 12 over Arizona at home, and they lost.
Yesterday, I did have a line that was telling me something, though. And I don't really ever say that, but it was the Bears and Packers.
Packers line?
It was a Packers line. They were at 6.5. It went off at 7. Now, I know it was a push, but still, I was like, man, why are they favored by that many points? Tight game, but.
Good game, too.
Yeah, really good game. Really good
game. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. The video exists of Ray bleeding.
Not only does it exist, it is incredible. This might be one of the most absurd, ridiculous videos this station in the history has ever put out. Ray, you deserve.
Is it on Instagram?
I can't believe this.
It's on Twitter already. I don't know if they got to Instagram yet.
Yeah, Ray has to cup.
He's cupping it.
He's cupping his hand underneath while he's doing an update. He's cupping his hand as it's dripping.
I'm willing to make a prediction right now. This goes viral. This goes viral. Nobody is doing this. People are shutting the microphone off and going to commercial. I know I would have done that.
No, you're right.
I finished an inning of baseball like this when I did summer collegiate.
Because so you're known for this.
No, my nose.
Have you gotten this checked out?
There's so much I could get.
Have you went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor?
It's been aware. They're aware of it.
Okay, because what I'm saying is when it affects your career, like you're doing play-by-play, and your nose starts.
This is twice in what? 6 years.
I don't know. I didn't know about this before today, and then you said, yes, this has happened before.
Oh, yeah, it happens plenty.
Ray the Bleeder Dunn.
Yeah, man, you were like a tomato can boxer out there. Above the eyebrow.
So good.
All right, we'll discuss that. I got to check out the video.
Yeah.
610-632-0975. It's all over our social media. Also, let's do a Philly segment here. Kyle Schwarber is the latest suitor for the Pirates. Wait till you hear this nonsense. That's coming up next. Hot Stove, Kyle Schwarber, and more. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, we're back. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. Along with Sean Brace. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Dunn. So I would hit how about that, but I'm frozen here, so I can't do it.
Oh, nice.
How about that?
Yeah, so it's posted on our Middays, 975 Middays. Follow us. Go check it out. Poor Ray. I mean,
Bleeding for the brand, literally here.
Our program director probably hates us because we're still talking about it, so let's just wrap it up quickly. Just go check out the video.
Yeah.
If you want to give a quick play-by-play on it, Ray's doing the update. He feels it. He cups it. And he finishes the update and reads the sponsor of the update while blood is dripping out of his nose.
Who was the sponsor once again?
Hey, we're not pretty sure. We're super sure over here. All right.
Yeah, that was a great read while you're bleeding on air.
Well, I mean, at that point, I've done all the work of the update. I might as well give you the reason why we do the update.
The video is phenomenal. I think this has got a chance to go everywhere.
Yeah.
It should. It should go everywhere. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Update anchors bleed. And seriously, Ray, I'm not even kidding. They're winning tonight. Like if you need vibes like it's weird, Sean has the vibe bunny that he found this morning. He went to grab a is that mustard? It's not mustard yellow. That's like
Yeah, I guess
burnt sienna.
Yeah, like a spicy mustard, right?
Definitely very spicy.
Yeah, spicy mustard.
Yeah, not a yellow mustard, spicy mustard. He's looking for the back of the closet. We talked about his brown, dark colors in the fall, and he finds this. It's his daughter's bunny from as a nightlight.
My wife was going to donate it. She takes toys away, puts them in the closet so the daughter will forget about them, then donates them. And I was like, "What the hell is this?
Yep.
It's a fate bunny."
Yep. And then Ray's bleeding for the city. So Eagles are winning the game tonight. That's my analysis.
This is the toughness that Sirianni talks about right here.
Daniel Jones ain't got nothing on you. That's all
right.
I know.
All right, well, go check out Daniel Jones won. Ray really close at 2. But he did try to walk off a blown Achilles. Maybe a broken leg on the other leg.
Daniel Jones going to get amputated, and he's still going to try and go out there and play.
You know what? Like, I mean, this is for another segment, but I really like him. He gutted it out. He showed you how crappy that organization is in New York.
He's earned my respect.
For sure.
Yep.
All right. Kyle Schwarber, big news. Do we have the Rosenthal? Do we just say Rosenthal? We don't have to actually have the
Rosenthal
sound.
just reported. Yeah, there's no sound.
So he reports that, and I saw it yesterday. So you know what happens? All the accounts on Instagram, because, I mean, as silly as it is to say, I get almost all my news from Instagram. Because you have, like, the Eagle accounts that just pretty much anything that comes out, they're posting. Same thing with the Phillies. I enjoy it. But, like, I saw a bunch of the Philly accounts are like Kyle Schwarber, the Pirates offered 4 years, $100+ million. So when they say 100+, they're not talking about 180. They're talking about, like, 110, maybe 115, right?
Yep.
Right? So that's the report. 4 years, $110 million. If it's not $100 million plus, that's not the dumbest thing, and I'm not even talking from Rosenthal's perspective. If the Pirates are indeed putting that out there because they want to look good ahead of the GM meetings, their fans are like, oh, see, look, they're trying. Had they not Googled Kyle Schwarber to see what his market value is most likely? 4 years, $100 million? What do you want him to do? Have him spit in your face when you make him that offer? There's talk about 6 years and $30 million a year.
There's talk. Is that nationally or is that locally?
I think 5 years at average $30 million is right where he's going to be.
Because I did see a report about Pete Alonso, what his expected contract is supposed to be. So that's my
3.
Let me play devil's advocate for just a second. Maybe we're a little off. Maybe just a little bit.
All right. So here's the other thing with it. Are the Pirates good?
No.
Are they going to make the playoffs next
No.
year? Right. So if you're the Pirates, you really want Kyle Schwarber, you need to come off the top rope with an offer. That's 8 years and $200 million.
But you're the Pirates. This is off the top rope for them.
Here's the thing. They're not going to make an offer he won't refuse because they want him to refuse it. They're putting the offer out there because they think it makes them look better. It doesn't make them look better. They're not getting the player.
Yeah, Skeens is the one guy they want to hope to keep for as long as possible, and he's going to end up in probably a Yankee uniform down the road. But, yeah, I'm with you.
If they offered him 6 years, $200 million, okay, he could go to the Pirates. If the Reds come off the top rope and offer him 7 years for $200 million, he may go to the Reds. But they need to actually do it. And none of these baseball teams ever want to do that. They want to look at the market and be like, all right, well, we feel like the Phillies are offering you 5 for $150, so we're going to go 5 for $160. And then Schwarber's like, well, no, that's not enough. I don't know. Kyle Schwarber, the most likely scenario that happens is that he re-signs with the Phillies. However, the Mets have been thrown out there as a name. Maybe there's a mystery team or two. The Reds are surely in play. I will say, there's a chance he doesn't come back. There's a decent chance he doesn't come back.
Yes, I've always been on that side of the conversation. There's always a chance, but because it always comes down to the players. So I don't know, what does he want to go back to Cincinnati, close out his career? I think that the Phillies are going to put up a substantial offer that he can't refuse. They know how what his worth is. He has to return.
We don't know. Is it possible he says, I'd love to play for my hometown team? I'd love to play for the Reds. We don't know if he was like, I would play for the Reds or I want to play for the Reds.
Sure.
For Kyle Schwarber not to be here next year, he's going to want to play for another team. Because I don't believe the Red Sox are coming off with a contract that's much different than the Phillies. John Middleton isn't going to say, all right, Red Sox are offering 6 years. I'm not offering 6 years. I'm going to be outbid. No way. No, they gave Nola too many years and too much money because he didn't want to lose the player. He's their box office. Kyle Schwarber's their box office. So I don't think he's going to get outbid by a team. But if Schwarber says, hey, I kind of want to go here, and they're offering more years than you want to give, Dombrowski to me seems like he's willing to let a player walk away. Because how many years has he been in baseball? You lose players.
Yeah.
I don't think John Middleton's prepared for that.
Well, I know they were having a great conversation about this with the morning show. And John Kincade, I thought, was onto something where you're going to have a couple contracts that could bite you in the backside later down the road. And is this going to be one of those if you add Kyle Schwarber to the mix? Could potentially be the way that they're looking at it, where they don't want to give him that 5th year. And that could be all in all what the main reason why they lose him. I don't think that's the case, though. I'm wondering, John, and I know you're way up on this more than I am. According to Joel Sherman, he said, I don't think the length is out there for Pete Alonso. A veteran agent offered, no one is giving him 5 years. He'd be lucky to get 4, and that will likely come with the lower AAV. Is there a chance that Schwarber is, leaking into that conversation?
I think if Schwarber leaves, Alonso could very much be a Philly.
Okay.
For sure, because he's first base DH. He's a first base GH. He's a right-handed bat, which they actually need, but the production of his production, Kyle Schwarber's production, obviously is great. If he's gone, Alonso makes a lot of sense, and everybody's waiting for Schwarber to sign, so then these other guys can sign as well. I didn't hear the discussion you were talking about with the morning show, but I kind of say to these contracts could look bad in year 4, year 5. Yeah, duh. Isn't this what we've been talking about for years? This is going to be bad. When it's over, it's over.
Okay.
Right?
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Does that mean Bryce Harper goes to Las Vegas and he plays for the A's out there? Maybe.
It's interesting, yeah.
But, yeah, you think Trey Turner's going to be good 7 years from now, 8 years from now? No, you don't care. Dave Dombrowski doesn't care. He's going to be as good as gone. I would say Dombrowski has this year and then probably next year, and they're going to keep right now trying to throw duct tape on stuff and throwing another layer of paint on there, trying to get it done because their starting pitching's very good.
Oh, yeah. It's like my back deck. Every summer every other summer I throw a fresh coat of paint on there.
Right.
I need
It's the same deck.
Yeah. I don't know if I should probably mess with a deck. I mean, that's something that you want pretty much stable underneath you, but I just throw a coat of paint on there. And
I don't think you should be involved in anything other than painting it.
That's it.
Cody Bellinger also has been
How about that?
in the news for the Phillies, and I see it. I understand it.
You don't like it.
I just don't. I mean, is this in addition to JT and Schwarber? Can they really afford all three?
I'm a Bellinger guy.
So
always have been.
Here's how Bellinger ends up as a Philly, and they sign JT and Schwarber. More years than you want to give, and you're bringing down that per year salary so you can fit it in, and you have to move on from Bohm because he's making $10 million.
Yeah,
because he becomes your outfielder. I think Bohm gets moved more than anything. Strahm also probably gets moved because he's making money, and then you're able to get another position player or something like that. So that's how I think Bellinger's a Philly, is if they say we can do all three, but we need to move on from Bohm and Strahm, and that's how you fit him in.
Talking about 29 bombs last year, of course, Yankee Stadium, we know that, but a pretty good season for the Yanks for Bellinger, 272 average.
Also a left-handed hitter, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Need another lefty in this lineup?
I like Bellinger.
I do, too, but he also, you just say put him in center. You don't really want him playing center field defensively anymore. Right, Ray?
I just don't have any outfielders at this point. So
I agree.
At this, I don't love Marsh in center. I probably wouldn't love Bellinger in center when it happened. But I need someone to play center that's not Rojas.
They were talking up Crawford. Dombrowski was talking up Crawford about being like, oh, no, we think he can play center field. That's him telling you he's going to play center field.
Is he untouchable as far as a trade is concerned?
To what I think you could get back. I mean, I would trade him for the right player, but I think that, I don't know who. Yeah, if I'm another organization, I say, yeah, he's a nice player. I'm not giving you my star player that's expensive for him.
Yep.
All right, coming up, 610-632-0975. So we have some Eagles text to clear out. And while we're talking football, Delco and Northeast took a hit yesterday with the selection of the college football playoff. Some very unhappy people with calf tattoos. That's coming up next. This is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Try not to have my nosebleed during this one. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles play the Chargers tonight on Monday Night Football. It's their second appearance on Monday Night Football of the season. They're out in L.A. for this one, and tonight, hoping the offense looks a little bit different. The offensive procedure for them throughout the week looked a little different this week, according to Tim McManus of ESPN.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week, heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
So maybe it'll look different out there in L.A. Tonight, of course, they're without Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson. Justin Herbert questionable for the Chargers after having surgery on his non-throwing hand. He is expected to play in tonight's game. 76ers lost 112-108 to the Lakers last night despite 28 points from Tyrese Maxey. LeBron James had 2 big shots down the stretch, finished with 29 points in the win. Colorado Avalanche beat the Flyers 3-2 yesterday, continuing a hot start to the season for the Avalanche. They've only lost 2 games in regulation. This update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, holidays must go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come with the latest safety technology. Find incredible offers at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. I'm Ray Todd on your home for the Sixers. Flyers are the best birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Oh, 97.5 The Fanatic. Well, it's out there all over Instagram now, Ray, bleeding for the city. That's why you should follow 97.5 The Fanatic on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. As many people are watching live. Did we get a bump of people that tuned in afterwards because we were talking about it?
Yeah, there's people that wanted to see if I was going to bleed through the rest of the show.
Did you get it stopped?
I think. I mean, it's taken care of for now. This is going to probably be an ongoing issue.
So did it feel like that it was coming on, and then, or did you just feel it come out of your nose and you're like, oh man?
I had the moment of, crap, it's going to happen. And I was trying to battle through that update. I don't know. You probably could go scrub back even further, that update. I might have started leaning a little bit. Like, I got a little bit like, I'm going to lean my head back because I'm going to start. And then I just couldn't say
the update came with bonus DNA, John Marks. That's
that's something. If you're the update sponsor, man, like I think we earned a commission on that one right there.
If radio was easy, everybody would be bleeding. Shout out to Andrew, a great tweet that he has out there as well. Don't ever talk about radio host. Can't say anything about athletes.
Right.
Just show him that
We're
video.
battling through.
There you go.
Poor Ray. He's bleeding for you. All right, there you go. All right, so how much college football did you watch?
All of it.
Yeah.
Friday right into Saturday night.
Pretty much did too.
Anarchy.
Ohio State, Indiana. So there's yesterday, the Steelers and the Ravens. I thought that was a bad football game. If you look at the final score of Ohio State and Indiana, you might thought that wasn't no, that was a heavyweight fight going back and forth. Ohio State couldn't convert on some of those goal-to-goal situations. They went for it on fourth down, missed an easy field goal.
Yep.
And Indiana's a good team, man.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great game.
Great coach, turning around. Indiana Hoosiers football. Never in my lifetime have I ever seen them win anything worthwhile in back-to-back seasons. I thought last year Cignetti was a one-year wonder, but clearly not. He was able to hit the transfer portal. Mendoza's a hell of a quarterback. It was a great game, and I thought Cignetti was a better coach than Ryan Day, and that was the difference in the game.
Man, what a game. So Georgia beat up on Alabama.
Correct.
Didn't hurt Alabama. More on that in a second. And so then it comes to, I don't even remember. The ACC game was Duke and
Virginia, and that was the one that just lit everything on fire.
Now, next year, one of those teams will make the field automatically, I believe.
Yeah.
Because nobody from the ACC is making the college football playoff. Anyway, even with 12 teams, there was a lot of talk of is it going to be Notre Dame? Are they going to be out? Will Miami be out? Will Alabama, if they lose, be out? Because Alabama has 3 losses. So Alabama ends up getting in despite they were dominated by Georgia.
Yeah.
They were. It was not a close game. They only scored 7 points, I believe, but really they were dominated.
Yep, 28-7 final.
Miami doesn't play and Notre Dame didn't play because they don't have anything to play for. Notre Dame's not in a conference. Miami wasn't even playing for the ACC, even though they were probably the best team in the ACC. So Notre Dame is left out. They're the first team out. Miami makes it. Alabama makes it. What are your thoughts on Alabama making it?
Well, that was the head-to-head has to mean something. Miami, I don't care if it was week 1 or nothing. Miami beat Notre Dame head-to-head. So if you're telling me pick between those two teams, I think it's an easy one for me. Miami should go in front of Notre Dame. I thought Alabama should have been left out, but I knew that Alabama was not going to be left out because they took a little bit of a beating last year. They didn't make it last year, and you know darn well that logo means something. Look, I thought a couple weeks ago Alabama was one of the top 12 teams in college football. Yesterday, this weekend, they are not. They are not one of the top 12 teams in college football. Now, the issue is neither is JMU or Tulane.
But Notre Dame is.
Notre Dame has won 10 straight games after losing to Texas A&M, who's in the college football playoff, and Miami, who's in the college football playoff. 10 straight games, I believe, by 10 or more points, if I'm not mistaken. They've been on a hell of a run, and I thought that they should have been in the playoff.
So Miami beat them first week of the season.
Correct.
Miami's really, they struggled down the stretch.
They have 2 losses.
So only have 2 losses. Yep. But all year long, so they have these weekly, I forget when it starts, but they have this weekly show that gives the rankings for the college football playoff.
On Tuesday nights, yep.
Every week, Notre Dame was ahead of Miami. And then the last one, including last week, and they didn't play a game. So why didn't they put Miami ahead of Notre Dame last week, and then people wouldn't be as pissed? I agree with you. Alabama doesn't deserve to make the playoff, but for a lot of reasons that you just mentioned, they're in the playoff.
Yeah.
And they're talking, with the strength of schedule, whatever. Notre Dame is a better team right now than Alabama, in my opinion, and they should be in it. Miami actually should be in it, too, because I agree with you. Miami beats you head-to-head. You have a similar strength of schedule and the same amount of losses. They should get ahead of you, and they did.
They need to change.
Alabama shouldn't be in that.
They need to change a lot starting with the tiebreakers for conference championships. There's going to be a lot of change in college football in general, adding teams to the playoffs, so on and so forth. So, again, I know we're always going to B and C about every little thing we can, especially when it comes to collegiate sports. But Notre Dame is one of those teams that could very well continue to be on a run and very well be playing for a national championship. So this is a huge deal. But can I hit the fast forward button? Yeah. Taking your ball and going home and not playing in a bowl game? Come on, Notre Dame. You're a 10-win team. Show some, do what's right. Play in the Pop-Tart Bowl, okay?
Right. So if you don't know, Notre Dame, after they got snubbed, said, nah, we're not going to play in a bowl game. Sorry. We're not going to. I mean, yeah, I tend to agree with you, but if you're Jeremiah Love, are you playing in the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
No, probably
whatever
not.
the top bowl would be for not making the playoffs?
I literally think it was the Pop-Tart Bowl that they were getting invited to. The AD.
Yeah, I would have said no as well.
Well, Pop-Tart Bowl is pretty darn good, man. It gets a lot of attention. All those Pop-Tarts running around. The winning team eats a Pop-Tart that they toast in the middle of the field. Yeah, college football has some serious issues. College sports in general has some serious issues.
But it's interesting that they declined it. I know Temple was called about a potential bowl, and before they could get back to the bowl, they picked somebody else.
There's some things that are up in the air about this. We were talking pre-show, and I just want to be cautious because, first and foremost, you're talking about a team that won 5 games. So you're not bowl eligible. So once the season's over, if you're the coach of Temple, you're going, all right, it's on to the offseason. Now I got to get everybody back, and apparently they did not say no to the invitation.
No,
is that correct?
No,
Right.
They didn't. They were inquiring because they didn't think it was a possibility. They had to have the coach and the players like, hey, is this something we want to do? And before, I don't know how long it was that they said hang on, and was it like a couple days and then they get back to them?
No, it had to have been within the hours because everything was announced yesterday.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame says nah somewhere in the afternoon, and by the time App State says yes around, I think, what was it, 7:30, 8 o'clock? Somewhere in there, I guess they were contacted, but they weren't the first one contacted.
They were contacted. Who even knows if they offered it or they said, hey, would you be interested?
Yeah. Right.
If they said, would you be interested, and they said, let me get back to you, and then they pick somebody else, I'm not going to blame Temple for that.
Which also, the whole, and I understand when it comes from me, it sounds like a company line, so everyone's going to just
roll
the eyes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but
You bleed for Temple. You know that.
absolutely. That was actually cherry blood. That wasn't red blood. That was cherry blood right there. When it comes to getting everyone together after not practicing for, 10 days, and then having to try and sell tickets to go down to Birmingham, it's not exactly the home run that everyone would assume it to be.
And people, the players at that point, when are they going home, right? Like, people leave for break.
Yeah.
And now you're like, maybe you're going home, and like I would have done the same thing. No, I don't. Without knowing too much about it, it seems like if they pretty much gave him an hour and then they just went with somebody else, they didn't really want him anyway.
Birmingham's beautiful this time of year, though. Absolutely gorgeous.
I'll be down there soon enough.
Are you?
UAB, man. That's a road trip. Dave's Pub down there. You better believe I'm going
I think
down.
a lot of change is going to happen, and specifically about the bowl games, John, because, and that's one thing as a college football fan. That's what I love, and I don't want to lose them, but there's potential that this chaos could end the bowl
So
season.
if there is a Notre Dame fan, even if you're outside of Northeast or Delco, maybe you've graduated from those areas, went somewhere else. We'd love to hear from you. If you have a tattoo, if you have the Fighting Irish tattoo guy on your calf, 610-632-0975. A lot of thoughts and prayers to the Philadelphia Notre Dame Irish fans out there. They're out there.
Oh, they are. They're definitely.
Our old colleague Tom Byrne was one of them.
Oh, I bet you Touchdown Tommy is hot right now.
Very unhappy. I love their head coach, though, Marcus Freeman.
He's great.
Big fan. No, you're right. Notre Dame's not. This is the year where they're pretty good. Now, they're back to being every year they're going to be in the conversation for sure. All right, coming up, back into the Eagles. We'll hit some texts, and also the Positively Pledge has not gotten love today. Why is that? Why can't we be positive?
People love chaos.
Ray just bled for you.
Yeah.
Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Start your morning off right with
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. We've all taken a pledge of positivity. Unfortunately, people on the text line not feeling the same thing, Sean Brace.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And by the way, I know we're not a call-heavy show right now, but if people felt positive about this team or wanted to be positive, they could very easily do it. Believe me, I'm trying to be positive. I don't even feel like people are trying to be positive. They are 8-4. I mean, you win tonight, you're only one game behind the Rams. It's not like that you still, if you are able to get back in the groove, you could still be a top seed. You'd be the number 1 seed, number 2 seed, easy. Bears lost yesterday. You have the tiebreaker over the Packers. All they got to do is win tonight. So, I might have picked them to lose, but that was before Ray, you brought the bunny in, and Ray started bleeding.
Why is that, though? You think it's PTSD from 23, or do you think that this team is lifeless and Eagles fans are honest with themselves right
Correct. Now? Second one.
That's what it is?
Yeah. I think these guys know they're not winning this year, and that's the way they're playing. Right? You got to bring a friggin' bunny into the locker room to try to, is the season over when you bring a bunny into the locker room and call it a vibe bunny?
That's the question.
610-632-0975, Ray. What is the text board talking about?
Yeah, text board's not positive, surprisingly, on this one. Texter here letting us know that without, of course, my phone. Without the running game that they had last season, this offense stinks. I watched all of yesterday's games, and nothing resembles what the Eagles put out there offensively every week. Basically, the Eagles are playing a different sport.
You know, that's interesting because when I do watch a lot of these games, I go, why can't the Eagles do that?
But why can't they? Is that because we really have the dumbest coaches ever, or is this just what they've decided is the best way for the Eagles to win?
I think that part, yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
But see, that's code for a lot of people out there. That's code for, hey, Jalen Hurts sucks. And, yeah, it kind of is. Right?
He hasn't been playing well as of late, no doubt about it. But was he playing well enough to win football games at the early part of the season? Of course.
Yes.
That's why they were able to pull it out. But here we are now. It's just, like I said, it's week 13. We're way week 14, week 14.
So I remember last year saying that, because people were saying they're winning in spite of Jalen Hurts. And this was last year because the passing offense wasn't great.
Yep.
He wasn't throwing the ball a lot. And my point to that was, hey, he may not be putting up big passing numbers, but he's kind of taking a back seat because the running game's working so much. And I'm not telling you I want him throwing the ball 50 times a game, but he's executing the offense perfectly. And he really did. So last year, Jalen Hurts was a reason they were winning. They weren't winning in spite of him. They were winning in large part because he was running the offense so well. But this isn't this year. That's not the offense. And Nick Sirianni and Patullo need to realize that. So does Kevin. So does Jalen Hurts. You're not going to be able to win like that this year. And they did for a while. So things have to change. Play calling's got to change. I need somebody to come in that's like, hey, I got a fresh outlook on this. Let's try this. Let's try that. I don't know if they have that guy. And do these players really, we have a vibe bunny in the locker room. That's a problem, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. And it's the run game more than anything. And I pointed out what they were last year at where they're at right now. I mean, you're talking about crazy numbers throwing up by Saquon Barkley at the end of last year, over 2,000 yards game. Remember that? He's on pace to break 1,000. He's on pace to break 1,000 yards. That's it. And like I said, it's week 14, and these are the issues that they continue to deal with. They got to find a way to have success running the football.
Well, and that's why you need people. I had somebody between me shut up about Tank Bigsby. I'm talking about 5 carries a game.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Just something else, a different look. Bring both of them on the field at the same time. I mean, Jesus, like you said, you watch Red Zone, you're like, that's a really good idea. Maybe Nick and Patullo should watch Red Zone one day.
Well,
Jesus.
Just look at the Chargers and what they have gone through with their running back situation. Hampton is hurt week 5. He'll be back tonight. Then they get this rookie from Troy who's just burning it up. Look at what the Bears were able to do. Come on.
They have a two-headed monster
with
running the ball.
Swift.
Yep.
What is going on? Saquon Barkley is better than all 4 of those guys.
Yep. 2 offensive coordinators that are like, you know what? We'll beat you throwing the ball. We'll beat you running the ball. Harbaugh likes running the ball.
Yeah,
he did it at Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow he got J.J. McCarthy drafted in the first round, who had a good game yesterday. The Vikings had a good game. Ray, better chance of happening tonight. The Eagles win because their defense is dominant, or the Eagles win because their offense comes comes out of it and gets off the schneid.
This sounds insane given what we've watched, and I understand it. I actually feel like the offense comes off the schneid is my likely scenario here. Now, the reason I go down that path, if you look at the last month, we've talked about what the quarterback hasn't done, played well. The one half of football that gave me any sort of encouragement was the road game in a dome. He looked bad in the cold against the Packers, bad in the cold against the Lions, and, I mean, everything was bad about that Friday against the Bears, but also in the cold. They're going to go play in a controlled environment. They've had a week and a half to make this thing work game plan-wise. I don't think this is a great team because a great team can win regardless of spot. I think this is a good team that's given a week and a half to figure things out in a controlled environment. I actually feel like the offense has itself a nice night.
Okay. All right. Short week, they don't have the success. The long week, they figure out enough.
Right. And that's not necessarily a sustainable thing. But for one night, I can feel good about it.
The controlled environment was one of the reasons why I bought into the Dallas Cowboy game. And that's where I was saying, this is the game. And they come out strong in that first half, throw up 21 points. And
Can't
then
do a full game.
And then what happened? Yeah, and that's another issue. It's like, I think Eagles fans don't want to start believing, and then a fourth quarter collapse is going to happen again, right? Where they can't put teams away.
I mean, yeah, you just don't you don't watch this team and have a ton of confidence. Even up 21-0, they went to the half. It was 21-7, right? And we went into the half, and I said, yeah, this doesn't feel like a good 21-7.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with you on that one. Remember, I was pounding.
Oh, that's right. You were
beating my chest, tweeting people. How about the offense now?
Well, I even tweeted out at halftime, yeah, I don't feel great about this game.
This
does not feel like a
opposite end of the spectrum on that one. Yeah, I was already cashing my tickets on that one.
Yep. Well, Ray, listen, you've made some really good points, and I do feel a lot better about things. The nosebleed, sure.
So
but like you just said, can they figure it out for this week, essentially? Yeah.
Yeah.
They can figure it out for this week. And Chargers are banged up. Who knows if Herbert's even playing? I think he is.
What's going to get us, we're just going to roll down the path here because they get this week. I mean, the Raiders, they'll give you a fight. But if this team ends up losing to the Raiders, then you know what? It was not worth our time anyways.
Pete Carroll might get whacked. It's a possibility.
Oh, yeah, one
chance.
Yeah,
but I just mean we'll start rolling down the path where, look, they won 2 in a row. They get a bad Commanders team. There's a path to us being absolutely all locked in, bought back when Bills, this could be potential Super Bowl matchup. Like, we could be that fired up. You win tonight pretty soon.
Oh, no, we will. Everything will be fine if they win.
Yeah.
Unless if they win ugly. I don't think anybody's going to be all that happy if they win ugly.
Well, what's ugly look like?
But the way they won the season, every game, essentially.
Well, like I said, 24-20. A lot of people aren't going to give them style points. They win 24-20 on the road against the Chargers.
It depends. Obviously, the devil's in the details.
Yeah, always.
But, I mean, I think you can win a close game and still say that was a good win. Indiana, if Ohio State would have won that game against Indiana, that would have been a good win. That wouldn't have been like, oh, man, we suck. No, that was a really, really tough game. Yeah. So Chargers are a tough team.
I want to put this out here. John Clark tweeted 2 hours ago a picture of Justin Herbert on the practice field with a glove on his hand, dropping back, throwing a pass. So it does look like Justin Herbert. Now, I'm glad that Clark put this out there because normally I'm getting smashed with his golf tweets or his love interest now.
I was going to say he mixed in some sports news.
But he's out there in L.A., and I have yet to see this picture. So, look, I kind of was wondering if he is going to play. Justin Herbert's going to play tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. John Clark, he is smitten with his beautiful girlfriend.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, today is their 1-year anniversary. I saw it on Instagram.
Aww.
How about that? Congratulations.
There will not be another year without them being engaged.
I love Johnny.
Would you agree? Within the next year, John Clark's engaged. Lock it up. That's like a minus 800.
Yeah, that's an easy call. The conversations have already been had. Holiday season.
Both are smitten.
Yep.
John Clark's a big star. He's tall and handsome.
He's a stud.
I haven't met his girlfriend. She's beautiful. Seems like a very nice lady.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You agree, Ray?
Sure, yeah, knowing so much about this situation.
Nobody plays more golf than John Clark, though, man. He lives the life.
Yes, it's well, he also works all the time.
He's an animal. Yeah, he's an animal. And he's been doing it forever. And my man is now inducted into, like, Hall of Fame.
Temple Hall of Fame, yeah.
That's right.
Yep. Ray hopes to be that guy one day.
I don't think I'm getting that call.
Oh, dude, who are you kidding, man? Why not? You could be it's not going to be as an update anchor bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's tough to imagine yourself in that world when you're bleeding through a super shirt read.
No, you would have to hit the national level of play-by-play or something great like Fransky would be in the Temple Hall of Fame or McCarthy would be.
Which, again, it's hard to imagine that realm when you're bleeding through a super shirt.
Keep bleeding. That's only going to help you out in the long run.
I want to stop, actually. A little lightheaded in here.
So hopefully you can get through the news at noon without bleeding. If you haven't seen the video, you're just tuning in. Poor Ray, during the update, not just had a bloody nose. He had to cup his hand underneath his nose because it was dripping that much blood. And he continued and finished the update with the sponsor included.
Yeah, I believe, Tristan checked in. He said he is listed as questionable for the news at noon with a bloody nose per source.
Well, find out next. Does he make it? News at noon. Terry Bradshaw, John Calipari, and I knew you'd have Stephen A. Smith in response to Muhammad Kellerman. Oh, this guy can't take himself, but so seriously. It is.
This is bad.
He is.
This is very bad.
I don't even want to hate on him. He is the worst, the absolute worst. That's coming up next.
This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play.
Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles and Chargers tonight. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. Eagles play Monday Night Football for the second time this season. They're out in L.A. to play the Chargers tonight. ESPN's Tim McManus said things changing up a little bit during this week in terms of preparing for the offense. Here is McManus breaking down what's going on inside NovaCare.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week, heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
Whatever that means, well, we're yet to see what exactly will happen with that offense tonight. They are without Lane Johnson again offensively. That defensive line without Jalen Carter. As for the Chargers offensively, Justin Herbert questionable after having surgery on his non-throwing hand. Expect him to play. 76ers last night lost 112-108 to the Lakers, and the Flyers yesterday lost 3-2 to the Avalanche. This update's also brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, holidays must go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come with the latest safety technology. Find incredible offers at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. I'm Ray Dunn near home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
So embrace Ray Dunn, my drop board and my touchscreen frozen. I guess tomorrow. Hopefully it works tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Vito, this is frozen. They put in a ticket, but this is frozen. I know a lot of times if you know how to do it, just show me how to do it. I can do it myself.
Put a ticket in, huh?
Because you have to put the ticket in. That's where we are.
Oh, put the ticket in.
Lose my freaking mind. We better figure it.
I'm let me get somebody that I know is in the building. Come down and fix this in 5 seconds. I guess I should have told Vito.
Probably.
Actually.
As he's in here now
Fixing it, right?
Nice work, Vito.
Yeah, so that's more of a me than
What is going on back there?
We have people capable of doing it than putting in an official ticket to where then engineering has to go through the ticket. Have the tickets.
Oh, yeah. The tickets.
Got tickets.
Yeah, gotta love the tickets.
Gotta love the tickets. All right. Ray is Ray, you all right in there? We're gonna be able to do this?
I don't know. This is a long segment for me. This is a lot of work I got to put in.
All right.
I don't know if I have it in me.
He's a bleeder.
So, Sean, coming up after news at noon, we're going to Sixers played the Lakers last night in a very competitive game. A lot to talk about from that game. And then after that, at about 12:30, we have a pair of tickets to the 76ers and the Pacers. Ooh. That's coming up December 12th. You can get your single game tickets at Sixers.com. So we're going to, each day at 12:30, we're going to do a different way to give it away. Today, we're going to put a Sixer in an envelope. We've done this many times over the years. Sure. I select a 76er. The callers call in with questions, yes or no questions. I answer, and then you get a guess at who the Sixer in the envelope is.
Is this a present day, current?
That would be a good question to ask during the
Yeah. Check me. Sorry.
No. Everybody said it's the same thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Sometimes I'll give a hint.
Thank you.
Sometimes I'll give a hint, and I'll be like, 1980 76ers to try to narrow it down.
Sure.
I'm not giving a hint today to kick it off. All right?
I like it.
All right. All right. There we go. Let's do the news at noon.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we'll see if we can make it through this segment. We're going to start with someone that's becoming a recurring character on News at Noon. I feel bad doing this. It's not something that I enjoy reporting on, but as they say, when it bleeds, it leads. So sometimes you have to go with the inciting story here. And for me, it's Terry Bradshaw just every week right now on Fox is giving you content that's just off the wall, insane. I don't understand it. I don't like it. Bradshaw got a chance to give out his winner of the week on Fox and revealed something that I just simply don't believe.
Let's get to who won the day. Let's start with you, Mr. Bradshaw.
You know what? I've never met Mike Tomlin, but I know one thing. He is an outstanding, phenomenal coach. And today you deserve that win today, and maybe that everybody will leave you alone and respect you for what you've accomplished.
He does forget how critical he was of him just about 2 weeks ago. But on top of that, he's never met Mike Tomlin?
That's almost impossible. It means that you never go to Pittsburgh, ever.
That's
Ever.
possible.
Or you almost have to have not sought him out
Yeah.
to do it. And maybe Tomlin doesn't want to see him because Bradshaw had been critical. I don't even know. I don't know I mean, are they going to turn him into Lee Corso?
Yes.
Right?
Matter of fact, it was said yesterday.
Menifee said you're going to have to carry him out in a hearse to get him out of there.
Yeah. And I believe that that's absolutely in the future, which, again, I'm very cautious because I think these guys do deserve their swan song. But ultimately, when you're not giving me anything, and Corso, my goodness, for 5 straight years,
it was bad the last
He never gave you anything other than not so fast, my friend,
Yeah.
And here I am ripping on Terry Bradshaw. It's the
90.
same deal. Yes.
We expect the guy's going to be in his late 80s.
But then, after it's all said and done, did ESPN do the right thing by Corso? Like that send-off was incredible.
Yeah. No, it's not like he wanted to stop. Bradshaw's probably going to do it for as long as he can. He sounds like an old. I have no idea what you're talking about. He sounds. How old is he? 78?
The highlights.
77.
77.
You got a million people on that panel. Have Strahan do the highlights. Have one of them do the highlights. It's not Terry. I mean,
if I can be 100% real with everybody, I have no interest in watching the pre or the post game of that anyway. So just like with Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and late night talk, I have no interest. That's for my mom and dad to watch, not for me to watch. I'm never watching it anyway.
I grew up on Fox NFL Sunday. That was the pregame show we watched.
Okay, and you watch it now?
It just makes me upset every time I open up Twitter and Terry Bradshaw's done something that's just,
So you don't watch it now, but it makes you upset on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I usually do pregame here. I got things going on Sunday.
You know what makes me upset? The fact that they continue to add nothing. Like Gronk. Giving Gronk.
Yeah. That's just so they can make fun of him.
But the reason why you don't tune in is because
there's nothing to look at.
Exactly. Give me something.
And Comcast or NBC Sports Philadelphia, they do a great. I always want to call it Comcast. I'll say this. I think they do a fine job on their post-game show. It's not, without Seth there, it's not what must-watch TV. I find myself, just being honest, going to the post-game show less without somebody with a little bit of a bite. There's not a lot of bite in that show. There's no Ricky Bo coming out and choking out Rob Thompson after a game.
Ricky Bo's living again today. He came in and yelling about Notre Dame.
Oh, really? Is Ricky Bo a Notre Dame guy? I didn't know this.
No, he's not.
I would just say, yes, you're right. I think Barkan's incredible. He's obviously been doing it forever.
Like they're good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. You know, Jaws does it well. Rube, you gotta love Rube.
Yeah, the show's fine. I still tune in, but I'm not.
Gotcha. No, you're right. You're right. You need a little something there.
A little bit of a bite. All right.
Speaking of a little bit of a bite, heck of a soundbite here from John Calipari. He lost Arkansas, a very young team. And he decided he wanted to talk about how the loss reflects the look of college basketball right now.
There are a lot of older gentlemen with beards playing basketball in college right now. There are. So you know, the one that's crazy is the guy comes in and he's waving to his kids up in the seats. And you're like, wait a minute, the guy got 2 kids. He's still playing college basketball. Crazy thing, he's using NIL for his first wife's alimony. And now he's still playing college basketball. Are we nuts?
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Now, Cal's the guy that I would tune in for. He's fantastic.
Well, see, Cal, he back in the Wild Wild West, when he was at UMass and they got all their wins taken away because he was as dirty up there as anybody.
And then Memphis.
And he had a lot of success everywhere he's went. But that's the nature of college basketball. And Villanova never got in any trouble for anything. And Calipari, this kind of monkey business has followed everywhere he's went.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And like I said, they've been pulling wins from every place he's ever been. He's still a heck of a coach, and Arkansas is a great team because of him. He's a hell of a recruiter.
I'll be curious to see what he can do at Arkansas, Ray.
Very, very intrigued this way he can do at Arkansas. Last thing for you here.
Yeah.
We got, obviously, Muhammad Kellerman and him saying that nobody would want to debate him, go 15 rounds with him, in reference to Stephen A. Stephen A. caught wind of the fact that Kellerman's talking about him, and we're going to pick up with his response to the Muhammad Kellerman comments.
Oh, my God. Oh. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had my researchers check and make sure that wasn't AI. That wasn't that somebody just made up. You know, I had to double check that. I really, really did. I couldn't believe it, okay? If we were talking about boxing, you're absolutely right, because I don't know anybody that knows more boxing than Max Kellerman. He's extraordinary, no doubt about that. We're talking about First Take, though. And he took it someplace that all I want to say is, are you really sure you want to go there? See, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Are you sure you want to go there? Because I'm not unless you take me there.
Yeah, nothing that Max said was out of line.
No.
He's kept his mouth shut for years. Stephen A's been talking crap on him for years, telling everybody they fired him or whatever.
Facts.
He hasn't said anything. And he came out and was candid with some things. And nothing that he said, you know what Stephen A should have done? Said nothing.
Oh, but you can't do that. Not this day and age.
He's put
the bullseye on Beato's back. Now, Muhammad Kellerman. I will say that was a little rich for me.
What?
Muhammad Kellerman.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, both of them are losers for caring about the whole debate thing. Like, this is debate. Oh, shut up. Yeah. You guys just make up opinions and that's your show. Shut up. I don't care if Max, because you look in the comments and people are like, Max used to beat him at debates or whatever.
Yeah.
So what? I don't care. I have no interest in watching that show. So now it's become, I do think it's a better show now because it's more theatrical than, Max even said it in his comments. He said that as far as debating, he can't debate me, but yelling and screaming and theatrics, he's absolutely right. Stephen A's great at it.
Oh, yeah.
So now you bring on a couple different voices and you're just, it's more entertainment than actually debates. You think Stephen A has any idea what he's really saying? He's talking about college football or college basketball. He's not paying attention to that stuff.
No, and
Come on.
he goes from television to radio.
I know, man. He's
to the night stuff he's doing. He's talking politics now. He's not paying attention to these games, not whatsoever.
And guess what?
Whatsoever.
I don't need an opinion from him on everything on everything.
He's going to
just
give it.
don't. Well, it's his job, and that's fine.
I do want to put this out there, though. Nice guy behind the scenes, right? Stephen A., all the times you dealt with him? No?
I'm not going to rip him.
Okay, but I didn't know, like, booking him and stuff like that over the years. I always thought he would give the time to basically anybody.
Well, he'd give it to Mike. No, he'd give it to Mike. No, like, definitely not. I don't have anything negative to say about him.
Gotcha.
With my interactions as a producer, I saw him at the Super Bowl, and I was like, I don't want him on the show.
No, he's a
I have no interest in being fake and sprinkle Stephen A. No, I don't want to talk to him. I have no interest.
It's a different bird these days, yeah.
All right, coming up, 610-632-0975. It is John Marks. It is Sean Brace. It is, does he have a nickname? Any new nicknames out there for Ray?
The Bleeder.
He was bleeding. You all right in there?
Alive and well.
The video has been now picked up by a lot of the websites out there. Awful
As it
announcing.
should. Certain things should go viral. This is one of them. He's literally cupping and catching the blood as he's finishing a read. It's tremendous.
One of the writers for Awful Announcing, Sam Newman, who you actually went to Temple with, and he's a local guy. I just sent it to him. Semi-local?
Local ties to the fact they went to Temple.
Went to Temple.
Other than that,
he's a New Yorker, right? He's a
New York sports fan, lives down in North Carolina.
Also, a
there you
website
go.
that lives off of Stephen A.'s takes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, all these blogs need Stephen A. because
We
otherwise
all
they have
need
nothing
Stephen
to talk
A in a
about.
way.
I don't. I don't need him ever.
I kind of need it.
I don't need him ever. You need him for news at noon.
No, I need him just in general.
But anyway, shout out to Sam. He put it out there in the Twitterverse. So, Ray, you're going to become famous for bleeding on the air during a sports update.
That's always what I wanted.
That's coming up next. Sixers lost to the Lakers last night. Maxey tried. Embiid was brutal. And we have Sixers tickets for you at 12:30. Don't go anywhere. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let's talk about you need a safe. Of course you need a safe. Sean Brace, you have a safe at home?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Liberty Safes at LibertySafesNJ.com. What do you put in the safe?
Social
Valuables?
security card, birth certificate, the important stuff.
I don't have a lot of valuables, but we have some jewelry and things like that. But like you said, kids' birth certificates, because I would lose them. Kids' social security cards, my birth certificate. Passports, everything that you're thinking about, whether maybe you have some of your grandmother's jewelry or some old family photos. We have family photos in there as well. Birth certificates, passports, jewelry. You don't even realize that you definitely could use a safe place for that. If there's a break-in, if there's a fire, if there's water damage, it takes care of all that stuff. And Liberty Safes in New Jersey is such a smart move. So first of all, you're dealing with family-owned and operated. Brian and Deborah, over 30 years, so 3 decades of being in business. So from the first time you visit one of their showrooms, Route 73 in Mount Laurel or Horizon Drive in Hamilton Township, they're taking you and saying, all right, what's your budget? What do you need? Here are your options. Delivery and setup is all available. So you're not just getting somebody dumping this off in the bottom of your driveway. Nope. They're bringing it in. They're installing your safe for you the right way. If you're a responsible gun owner, you want a gun safe, it's a great idea. So guns, valuables, peace of mind, that's what matters the most, and that's Liberty Safes of New Jersey. So tell them John Mark sent you. LibertySafesNJ.com, because when it comes to safety, don't risk it. Lock it with Liberty.
Unfiltered with Rick.
side, hangs, fires, jumper in the air, good again. And the King with a dominant fourth quarter for LA. And LeBron celebrating here in Philadelphia with 27 seconds to go.
That was last night on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tom McGinnis on the call. Really entertaining game. We're back. Middays with Mark, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. Sixers tickets. We put a Sixer in the envelope. That's coming up at 12:30. But the Sixers fall last night. Tyrese Maxey is a star. Love the kid. If he could have got more support, maybe from one of their other star players or used to be a star player. But Lakers were good last night. LeBron was really good last night. LeBron was good in the fourth quarter. Made a couple buckets. Sixers good effort last night. Lakers are good this year.
Well, yeah, they got Luka, and they have some other playmakers as well.
Austin Reeves is scoring the hell out of it.
He was shut down last night, 3 of 16. But LeBron, he likes playing in Philadelphia. He does. Over the years, you've heard him say that. He skips other cities, Boston. Wonder why that is. But he enjoys suiting up for the Philadelphia crowd, and he was having some fun last night. I saw him going back and forth about being bald with somebody in the stands, and, of course, hit those big-time shots at the end of the fourth quarter. But, man, it's tough, John, because, I want to sit here and be positive, but that was a winnable game. And when you are getting from Tyrese Maxey, again, 28, 9, and 7. But, however, on the flip side of that, Joel Embiid, John Marks, 4 of 21, 16 points, 0 for 6, who also enjoys to suit up against the L.A. Lakers and LeBron James. That was the difference.
0 for 6 from 3. 8 of his points came from free throws, 8 for 8. We know he's great at getting to the foul line and getting those free throws. But outside of free throws, his touch was off last night. I mean,
continues to be.
I'm so exhausted.
I think he's had one good game this season. One. Oh, sorry, Peter.
He played 30 minutes last night.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes. I'm never going to be able to get past the point where when he plays, it takes away from. They lose last night. It's Edgecombe. Edgecombe's, there's something there. There's really something there, and he's not the best shooter as of yet, but he's very young, and that will develop. And he's already gotten better. Love Edgecombe. Love Maxey, and also now it's like, okay, I didn't feel like Nick Nurse did a good job last night with. McCain, I think, could have really helped the team. I saw Kyle Neubeck was writing about this on PHLY, that McCain's worth because he's their best player against the zone. And in the second half, the Lakers came out and said, we're going to zone you to death. And McCain's the kind of player that will jack up the threes and he kind of shoot through that. But Nurse is still trying to figure out the rotation, and Grimes is a good. I like them the best when they have 3 guards on the floor. That's when they're at their best.
So JoJo is an interesting case because he has to play, and we know that. But here he is still trying to figure out when he's healthy. The team doesn't know. We already been through that. They got fined last weekend, whatever it was. And I just feel like it's got to be difficult for the team and Nick Nurse, too, as well, to figure out this rotation and what's best. Now, these guys are all professionals, so miss me with the excuses. But that clearly is something that is an issue with this team. And the same thing with Paul George. Is he playing? Isn't he playing? And then all of a sudden, when they do play, you're getting 60 combined minutes between those two. So you're removing Jared McCain from the rotation. Look, he's got 12. He got 13 minutes last night. But, yeah, to your point, you'd like to see a little bit more from him, potentially.
All right, so here's the question, Ray. What do you do? They're obviously going to play through this year. But what do you do? Move off of George and trade him to a veteran? Because now he's only got 2 years left on his contract, so you move on from George. You don't even care what you get back. You're just more or less trying to get him out of town. But then what? If Embiid just wants to play through this, who's trading for him? There's nobody trading for him.
Nobody's going to trade for him. I know Ray's going to come to you, but real quick, I would just say Nick Nurse. How about, am I out of my mind to say, Joel, how about you play defense? Let's just make you concentrate on defense.
I don't think he's physically capable of
just stand there with his hands up, put him in the paint.
Well, he could do that, Ray.
Yeah, I mean, if we're having him focus on one end, it's probably the offensive end because that's still there. Like, he can still – I mean, he hasn't been able to shoot the last 2 games, but the touch should still come back to you. I mean, part of this is he hasn't played, and they get in a rhythm and playing, and they keep managing his minutes this way to me, which doesn't make – these short stints. He said he doesn't like the short stints. Problem is, long stints, he can't stay in conditioning.
Put him out there for 36 minutes every 5 games because that's what you're going to do. And sometimes it'll take you 1 every 10 games. There's no answer with him. other than you just say, literally, you're flying by the seat of your pants with how to manage it. Unless you're shutting them down, unless I had a prominent 76er voice, I'll just say, that I spoke to. And not somebody necessarily in management, but they just said that, like, you know what? Everybody kind of feels like, wouldn't the best thing be, hey, just shut it down and be out for the season, and maybe next year we can actually get you back to where you need to be. Because what is the season if we're doing this the entire season? It's amazing they're actually over 500 right now. It's a testament to Maxey.
I agree with you on that. And again, they had 3 straight wins, so you don't want to body them. You don't want to bury them. And a good win against Golden State, I get it, their JV team, but you're coming off of that last-second block and all of the buzz, and you go into Milwaukee and win by double digits. And it's just JoJo just looks so out of shape, no touch. And to Ray's point, yeah, you're right, Ray, but I feel like this is 2024, 2023. The same things we were saying then we're saying right now about him. It's just the minutes, and he's got to be out there on the floor. You got to continue to use him. I don't know. I'm kind of with you, John. It's just like almost to the point where it's like if he did go down, I think that might be the best case scenario. Paul George played well the other night.
He did.
Yeah.
I think George, you can't play George and Embiid at the same time, I don't think. Not a lot of minutes. Oh, look at that. Euro John's calling in. 610-632-0975.
Yeah, against Milwaukee, Paul George had 20 points, 7 of 15, 2 of 6. He had some bounce in his step last night. I know he didn't fill it up as far as the box score is concerned, but I have a little bit more confidence with Paul George than Joel Embiid.
Yeah. At least I can see, and listen, I don't know. There's a lot of Sixers fans out there that we don't come to we don't have the same perspective on the 76ers and Joel Embiid.
Fair.
But it's almost like remember when AI was cooked, but the AI fan just couldn't, like, no, man, he still can. You bring him back. Even after, like, he retired, was like, no, man, bring him back. He can still dominate. Yo, man, this isn't the AI from 2001. This is 10 years later. And Embiid, it's only been a couple of years, but, man, like his bad knees, man. I don't think physically he can do it.
There were multiple times this year, including last night, that it's painful to watch Joel Embiid compete. It really is. And that's a shame, and it hurts me to say it, but it's the reality of where we're at.
All right, we'll come back. I'm putting a 76er in the envelope. A Sixer is in the envelope. Your chance to win Sixers tickets. Sean, you're going to play along at home with everybody else.
Love it.
You can even ask a question.
Nice.
But you have to write down the guess. You can't spoil it for everybody
Understood.
else. All right? Don't start dialing yet, but get ready. Actually, you know what? If you want to play Sixer in the envelope, let's do it right now. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. You're going to ask a yes or no question when you get on the air. And then I'm going to say yes or no, and then you give a guess to who the Sixer in the envelope is. The first person on the air will win the tickets to get the correct answer. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
And Ray, Monday Night Football. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-980-4000. We have not seen championship results from that offense so far this season for the Eagles. It's led to this week a little bit of change in procedure. Apparently, according to Tim McManus of ESPN, Nick Sirianni more vocal in the offensive meetings this week. Take a listen.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week, heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
Still remains to be seen what that will mean for the team on the field, but they have the Chargers tonight on Monday Night Football. Justin Herbert questionable after having surgery on his non-throwing hand. He is expected to play. 76ers lost last night 112-108 to the Lakers by 28 points from Tyrese Maxey. LeBron James, big close to the game, finished with 29 points. The Colorado Avalanche beat the Flyers 3-2 yesterday. This update is brought to you by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Sure. Coming soon. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers. Flyers are the best bird stock in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
back Middays with Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn, Vito. Mike Vito's in the studio trying to repair some of the equipment.
Dude,
or touchscreen. Thank you,
earning
Vito.
that check today.
Sure is. All right, we're going to play Sixer in the envelope. And people need to dial now, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. We are playing for a pair of tickets. You have it on the sheet, Ray? Or did you give it to me on a separate sheet?
It should be the second page of the sheet. Yeah.
There you go. All right, today's prize, pair of tickets to the Sixers and Pacers. This Friday, December 12th, Xfinity Mobile Arena. You can get your single-game tickets, Sixers.com. So I have I guess I know the Sixer. I guess I should pull up his page. I should have let you know, too, during the break there, Ray.
It's all right.
When you're at the game on Friday, just watch out for that flying drone that you don't get hit in the head.
Yeah, you guys were we were talking about it before the show. We'll get to that before so I guess that's how they're just going to get rid of cameramen and have a drone flying around.
It's where we're headed. It's an AI world.
Called me old-fashioned, but I like those cameramen doing their job.
Me too. I like people being employed.
There you go.
I agree with you, right? All right, so I've put a 76er in the envelope. You're going to dial 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. So you'll ask a yes or no question. Like, Sean, lead us off. Give it a yes or no question.
All right. John Marks, my first question to you, Sixers in the envelope. I'm going to run it back. Is this a current Philadelphia 76er, John Marks?
It is not a current 76er. So that's it. Sometimes you have to take one for the team.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you know exactly what you're doing. So for me to say, all right, so what's your guess? Now you get a guess.
Andre Iguodala.
Is it Andre Iguodala? It is not Andre Iguodala.
I would have died if it was. That would have been pretty good.
I got a text so he knows. Ray. All right, I did it. 610-632-0975. So and here's the other thing. We're still training people, Sean.
I'm right there with you.
Listen to the other questions so you don't ask the same question and you know the answer. So if you call, it'd be like, if you ask again, is he a current 76er? Sean already did that. Or if you guess a current 76er. You shouldn't guess a current 76er. We know it's not a current 76er. Kabish?
It's a team game at the end of the day.
Let's go to Ish. Start off with Ish in Levittown. Ish, what is your question?
My question is, did he play in 2015?
He did not play in 2015.
Okay.
3 seconds. What's your answer?
Did he play in...
All right, Ish, thank you very much. After your yes or no question, you're going to give a guess at who the 76er in the envelope is. Okay?
2015 was a very important year.
My recommendation would be,
Yes.
did he play before 2000?
There
Did
you
he
go.
play after 2010?
Ish could just be a big Okafor guy. You never know.
I felt an Isaiah Cannon guess coming on there.
So we're going to go to Iverson in Lansdale. Is this Allen Iverson? What's your question?
Is this Sixer a former NBA award winner?
If you want an award, I don't know about it, and it's not a good one.
Ooh.
So, no.
Is this Andre Miller?
Andre Miller.
Loved watching him play.
He looked like an old man out there, but very effective.
Very effective.
He was good.
Oh, yeah. Heck of a career.
Andy in Lambertville from the YouTube chat. Andy, what's your question?
Hey, did this player ever leave a game due to a nosebleed?
Not that I know of. No, he could have, but not that I know of. Good question.
All right, I'm going to go with Mark Ivoroni.
Mark Ivoroni, no. Let's just say he played many years after Mark Ivoroni.
Okay.
All right, it's post Mark Ivoroni. Zach in Jersey. Zach, what's your question?
Was this guy a guard?
He was, yes, he's a guard.
I'm going to go with Lou Williams.
Is it Sweet Lou? No! I'm a huge Lou Williams fan, by the way.
Really good at media.
Always wanted him to come back to Philly. Do you like Lou on the podcast?
Very good. Very good. Very honest.
He's got some stories.
Yes, he does.
Lemon
Yes, he
Pepper
does.
Lou's got some stories.
Yes, he
Go
does.
figure. Josh in Boyertown. Josh, what's your question? Josh? All right, let's try.
So he's a guard, just to follow up.
He's a shooting guard.
Ooh.
Let's go to Greg in Ballard Kinwood. Greg, what's your question?
Did he play in the 80s?
He did not play in the 80s.
Was it Hersey Hawkins?
Was it the Hawk Hersey Hawkins? It was not. Good guess. Incorrect. Anthony Broomall. Anthony, what's your question?
Hey, did he play in 1990 to 2005?
He did play between 1990 and 2005.
I want to take a guess and say Eric Snow.
Oh, it's a great one. Incorrect. I actually, you know what? I was thinking about East Snow.
This is good.
610-632-0975. It's if you look at the screen, it says Joe Pa, but it's Joe in Pennsylvania. It's not Joe Pa.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Mad Dog.
Joe, what's your question?
Hey, is this me?
It's Joe. What's your question?
Joe from Palmyra. Is the player over 7 foot tall?
He's not over 7 foot tall.
Let's go Clarence Weatherspoon.
Is it the spoon, Clarence Weatherspoon? It's not. Again, this is why a lot of times when you dial in, you stop listening to the questions. We just said he's a shooting guard. So unless he was a 7 foot shooting guard.
Shooting guard that played in the 90s.
All right, so he played in the 2000s.
Oh,
He was with the 76ers between 2000 and 2010. I'll give you that hint. He did not play all those years, but that's when he played.
Okay.
Let's try Joe in Reading. Joe, what's your question?
Is he a European player?
He's not a European player.
Oh, is it Kevin Ollie?
Is it Kevin Ollie? It's not, but he was not born in the United States. A territory he was born in. U.S. territory. Let's go to Brenton in Harrisburg. Brenton, what's your question?
Great names.
Hey, how's it going? Is his jersey number higher or lower than? Oh, sorry, is it less than 33?
Was his jersey number? You know what number he was?
Less than 33.
Less than 33, Brenton.
Was it Willie Green?
Willie Green would not be less than 33. Would be 33.
Good call.
If we were getting technical about it.
Great question, too. Love that question. That's the pointed question you need.
6'5" shooting guard. Rob and Delco. Rob, what's your question?
Was he a sixth man of the year?
He was not a sixth man of the year, so it's not Lou Williams if that's what the tree you were barking up. But he did come off the bench.
Aaron McKee.
Oh, is it Blue? It's not Blue. No.
Oh, I thought for sure it was.
Because he was 6'5".
Yes.
He did. Well, I can't give it. That would give it away. Amir in Germantown. Amir, what's your question?
Okay. Was he?
You got
Was he a key contributor? Like, I know he's a guard and all that, but was he a key contributor?
I mean, I would say that he played a role on the team, but he was not like an Aaron McKee key contributor.
up.
Rajah Bell?
Is it Rajah Bell? Hey! It's Rajah Bell! What the heck? What a pull. So you would agree he contributed. He was only with the Sixers for two years.
I would have taken the over on that.
Years.
But yes, he definitely contributed. Absolutely.
He played 5 games in 2001, and then they signed him out of the United States Basketball League, if memory serves me correct.
Wow.
And Rajah Bell had a long NBA career.
Yes, he did.
He was a 3-and-D guy. He could shoot the three. He was a good athlete. I liked Rajah Bell a lot. He was good. Congrats, Amir.
Thank you.
Who are you taking to the game?
Not sure yet.
All right, Amir. Hang on. Thanks for listening, man.
Should beat the Pacers on Friday. Should. Rajah Bell. What a pull. He played for a lot of teams. I think 6, if I'm not mistaken, in front of me right now.
Played 4 years in Phoenix, Utah 4, Sixers parts of 2, Charlotte parts of 2, Dallas, Golden State. Yeah.
Definitely remember with the Suns. Don't remember really that back end.
Yeah, that was a good Suns team.
Oh, yeah.
He played 36 minutes a night with the Suns over 4 years. But that. Well, he would play defense. You had a lot of scores on that game, but he averaged 14 points, 14.7 points a game, 14.7 points a game, 12, 11. He turned himself into a nice player.
He made all defensive team one year. How about that?
As Ray would say, how about that? But, is the screen fixed or no? They're still working on it. Still working on it. All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's time for everybody. What's your favorite segment on the show, Sean?
The news at noon is good. I think it's pretty strong. It's right at the halftime of the show. It brings in some other conversational pieces.
Good segment.
Ray gets involved if he's not bleeding everywhere. Yeah, good segment.
But there's a lot of people out there, including our day oneers, that say, "How about that?"
How about that?
And how about that is kind of our headlines from the NFL day on Sunday. We have that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports.
my man, going each and every place with the mic in their hand. New York, NJ,
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Hey, the unfiltered guys are already in here. Ricky's running all over he's furious about Notre Dame, so expect that to be a conversation today.
Notre Dame Ricky. I did not know that was in his repertoire.
Did he say he's not a fan, but he's just mad because
it's a sports guy?
I
Yeah?
don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe
That's
it's
interesting.
It's
about the sanctity of the game.
That's what it's always about, Ray, especially on this show.
That's right.
All right, so the day after, so on Monday, even when the Eagles play, we got to recap some of our favorite stories from around the NFL, and we do it with a video or a sound clip. And you know what it's called? How about that?
When you see something great.
How about that?
When you see something you hate.
How about that?
When you see something you just need to tell someone about, hit them with a...
How about that?
How about that? John, you want to lead us off here with your... How about that?
I would love to. How about this? I was anti-Daniel Jones across the board with what he was able to do with the New York Giants. This is a guy that plays the quarterback position that can't throw the football. So when he was signed by the Indianapolis Colts, I understood why. He needed somebody to back up Anthony Richardson, but I never, ever thought that they would turn things around to the point that they were an 8-4 ball club heading into yesterday. Put that to the side. My man went out there and competed with a broken leg, John Marks. A broken fibula. Now,
playing through it.
Yeah, people might not know what that is. It's a small bone on the lower part of your leg. But bottom line is the pain tolerance that he showed just to be able to do that, unbelievable. Deserves a ton of respect. And then, unfortunately, yesterday goes out and gets hurt because he's playing on a broken leg, tears his ACL. So now he has no good legs. But head coach Shane Steichen, that we know a thing or two about, had this to say about him after the game.
Daniel Jones has an Achilles. Could be season ending. I don't have the full details on it, but we'll get more clarity on that. Not for sure, but it's not looking good. It's obviously a tough situation to be in when your starting quarterback goes down with an Achilles. I thought the guys did a good job in the locker room, though, rallying around Riley going into the second half. But anytime you lose a guy that puts in so much work and so much effort and is always there for his team and is showing up with a fibula injury and goes out there and freaking plays, just so much respect for him. Just so much respect.
Absolute animal, John Marks. That's all I'll say is that I ripped him every chance I could. He deserves all the respect and more. Hopefully he's able to heal up and get another contract.
Yeah, it's crazy because they were rolling.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I didn't think that was going to last. I didn't know it would fall. Because somehow Jacksonville's 9-4.
Oh, yeah.
That Liam Cohen dude down there seems to know what the hell he's doing.
Pretty good, and Trevor Lawrence is playing well.
But yeah, it sucks because the dude was having a really good year, and this late in the season, blowing out your Achilles, that means you're done next year.
And never complained. Never heard him complain one bit.
No, it sucks. You hate to say it. Hate to say it.
How about that?
All right. Did you see the end of the Raiders and
oh, yeah.
the Raiders game yesterday?
Cha-ching.
So, I didn't see this happen live. I think that was a late game, so I was done with Red Zone by that time, I think.
Okay. Yeah, this was the last game of the evening.
Which, yeah, you would need to actually put on CBS to watch it, which I didn't do.
Correct.
Good call. So, I mean, this game's over. It's 24-7 with 3:56 to go in the game. The Raiders go down. They score, not a garbage touchdown, but, it took them under 2 minutes to score a touchdown. Now 21-14. They get the ball back. They're trying to drive down. They're down 10 points. So they need one of two scores, and then they need an onside kick. So there's a pass, and it goes to Kenny Pickett. It's Kenny Pickett. He goes, and he gets the pass. There's like 6 seconds left. I guess that they said the defensive back didn't get off of the wide receiver in enough time, so they do it.
He ripped the ball out of his hands.
So is that what they call delay game?
Correct.
They throw a flag on him. They would have never gotten to the line of scrimmage because they had no timeouts. It
was 5 seconds.
And the game would have been over.
Yep.
Instead, because the defensive back tried to rip the ball out of his hands, they throw a flag, stopping the clock, delay game 5 yards. So there's 5 seconds left to go in the game, and they're down 10 points. What do you do in that moment?
Apparently, you kick a field goal.
So Pete Carroll kicks a field goal, which is good, but time expires. Don't you go for a Hail Mary? Or I guess the field goal would take less time to develop. So the only thing you think can happen is you kick a field goal, there's 1 second left, and then you have the onside kick. You recover it, then you throw a Hail Mary. Isn't that logical thinking?
Somewhat, yeah.
Unless you had the Raiders, or unless you had the Broncos in the game.
Yes, exactly.
Line was 8.5.
Unbelievable. And the total.
It went over.
It went over because of the field goal.
So they're up 10, that you get backdoored on the line by going for it.
Yep.
You know who didn't think it was a good move?
Who's that?
Dave Portnoy from Barstool.
Oh.
Who had the Broncos in the game. Here's his post-game reaction. Listen.
That's the worst beat of all time. And you have to investigate the Raiders. Investigate the Raiders. What are they doing? What the f***? That's the worst beat of all time. That is cheating. I got to rewind this. That's the worst beat of all time. This is the worst beat of all time. Pete Carroll should be in prison. Prison for Pete Carroll.
Justice said he wanted to murder him
Oh, my goodness.
at one point.
Yeah.
Do you imagine losing that? It's 24-7 with under 4 minutes to go. And you lose on a as time expires, a field goal. Now, as we were talking, you can see why Pete Carroll did it. You're not going to be in 5 seconds. You're not going to get a Hail Mary there.
Correct.
You're not.
No.
Time's going to expire. Could you possibly get a field goal in 5 seconds? No, but it's a better chance of it happening in 5 seconds than a Hail Mary.
Again, putting Pete Carroll to the side, Dave Portnoy, I'm sorry. It all comes back to the Denver Bronco defender for ripping the ball out and extending that play. Unbelievable. Just a dumb play. But he doesn't care. They won. He doesn't care about the spread, but I'm sure his DMs are looking really nice today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, my God. And it went over?
Yeah.
Ray, do you have a how about that?
I do. I have my obligatory one and then the real one. The obligatory one is, how about that Jordan Love? How about that Jordan Love in the pack beating the Bears?
Love loading up, going deep, down the field, has a man, it's caught! Touchdown, Bo Melton in the pack!
So, yeah, obviously I had to just point out that Jordan Love had a nice week.
That was a good game. That was an entertaining game.
Great game.
For sure. All right. So, all right. There you go.
I was just pointing that one out. Just because, I take all the heat when he sucks. But the last 2 weeks, he's looked real good.
He's played 2 great games. I heard somebody before that Thanksgiving game say they would take Jameis Winston over him. I'm like, all right, we're going a little over the top.
We'll go way over the top.
A little overboard now.
Not a great game by Caleb Williams. He's still pretty erratic. I mean, he's in his second year. I'm watching a guy like Drake May come out and look a hell of a lot better than Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Drake May with Ben Johnson.
If you redrafted that class, where does Williams go? Probably still the second.
Yeah, I agree.
Best. Yeah, not Drake May.
No, yeah, Drake May is a pretty good quarterback.
All right, the real one here, Mike Tomlin. Lot of heat last week. He was just so appreciative after the game of the fact they won and the effort he got from his team.
Man, awesome team win. I'm just appreciative of the effort of the men in that locker room.
A few moments later.
But it's really kind of indicative of how this game is played, man. Appreciate the efforts.
A few moments later.
Man, I'm just appreciative, man.
A few moments later.
Appreciative of the collective efforts.
A few moments later.
I appreciate their efforts, man. I think their experience showed.
It was the only thing he wanted to tell the press afterwards. He just continued to be appreciative. I was waiting for him to take the victory lap. He just loves that locker room playing for him.
Yeah, so is he mad? And that's like, because Aaron Rodgers after the game. Here's Aaron Rodgers after the game. He was asked the question about Tomlin. Here's what he said.
Means maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Lot of noise.
I don't think you should shut the hell up about Mike Tomlin. I think he's overrated. Sorry, it's a good team, but what are we talking about here? Do you want to just compete? I thought the Steelers one for the thumb, right? Isn't that what they have? All those Super Bowl championships. They haven't won a playoff game in forever. It's like, and people defend him like, oh, the Giants get him. It'd be a great get.
Well, it would be. Both things can be true, which is it's over.
Yes.
And it'd be with Andy Reid. Everybody, the Chris Berman, be careful what you wish for.
Wagging that fat finger at us.
Andy Reid's had great success in Kansas City, and guess what? The Eagles have also been okay since he left. We've been just fine winning Super Bowls. Same thing with Mike Tomlin. Now, we'll say this. If you're looking for some type of a pivot point where you can go one of two directions, the Eagles, we're hoping, can re-pivot, and they don't go in the direction we're worried about. But with the Steelers, by beating the Ravens, they're now in the driver's seat for that division. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl. But rallying around the head coach, they heard the noise.
Oh, yeah.
They heard the fire Mike Tomlin thing. This can be one of these moments where it bands everybody together, which is what the Eagles need. They tried the Vibe Bunny. I don't know if the Vibe Bunny is banding this team to where everybody starts pulling in the same direction. Could be with the Steelers.
Could be.
I just don't think they're good enough.
What, to get to the playoffs and lose in that first round like they do every single year? Yeah, he's had a couple of 10-win seasons over these past few years, but I just never looked at the Pittsburgh Steelers as a viable contender, and I still don't right now. I just want to say this quickly on this. If there are other coaches out there, there are other great offensive minds like Ben Johnson. He's not the only guy out there that's good at calling a game. Find that guy. Mike Tomlin is not that guy.
No, I agree. No, it's time to move on for both parties. I don't know why you still want to be there. And
that's fair.
I'm not gonna rip those fans because just like we know here, they know there. It's time for a different head coach. And now there's option bonuses, and he could legitimately – Steelers are going to have a decision to make because really it's mutual. Like, what do you want to do? And
You think they trade him?
so the feeling I have is that both are – I mean, maybe the season ends great and you get one more year, but to me it feels like maybe both parties realize it's time for a change. Coming up, two great sports minds, Colin Cowherd and Ray Dunn.
Oh.
Do they see eye to eye on why the Eagles will win tonight? I think that's a yes, being how we teased it. So we'll play that for you coming up next. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Monday Night Football for the Birds. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles have spent the week trying to figure out what is going on offensively, if they can improve things. They're trying to bring that into Monday Night Football against the Chargers in L.A. ESPN's Tim McMahon is reporting over the weekend that Nick Sirianni has been more involved with the offensive process this week. Take a listen.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week, heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
Doesn't matter unless they increase the points on the board for this team right now, trying to bounce back from back-to-back losses. The Chargers are going to be dealing with the quarterback health of Justin Herbert. Questionable surgery on his non-throwing hand just about a week ago, but he's expected to play in tonight's game. 76ers lost 112-108 to the Lakers last night, despite 28 points from Tyrese Maxey, and the Flyers lost 3-2 yesterday to the Colorado Avalanche. This update is brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best bird stock in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5TheFanatic.com.
We're back, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. The 12 o'clock hour of the program is brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing, 48 months, rebates, and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at Service First HVAC. And we appreciate everybody that has been checking out the podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, search Middays with Marks. Getting a lot of 5-star reviews, Sean.
Nice.
Thank you. We're up to a 4.8 last time we checked. So just remember, if you can't listen to us live, check out the podcast. It's broken down by hour. And then also, of course, you should be watching on YouTube live or later. Right? Like watch Ray's nose. If you'd missed it earlier, Ray's nose started like a faucet, started bleeding while he's doing an update.
Fran just checked and he said, get off the smelling salts. Yeah, you think he can handle smelling salts with that nose?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Were you here for the smelling salt? So
no, I wasn't.
But we talked about it earlier in the show.
Correct.
Yeah, where he said he does smelling salts.
No, again, this is just how these things start. You do a great job of spinning the truth here. I do not. It was a college thing that happened a few times.
So, Ray, I do have to mention this because I actually had some people that are a little concerned about you.
I would not understand why.
Yeah. No. Like, are we sure this is just some random nosebleed, or do we need to have an intervention here, right?
Random?
Oh,
Yeah.
A lot of people calling you Rehab Ray.
I saw that. Did see that. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Sean, he's got 4 jobs. He's working nights. He's working weekends. He's working overnights. I'm just a little concerned that maybe you're not getting some help. You're all right?
No, if there's anything I'm addicted to, it's the caffeine. That's what it is for me.
Okay, all right. We're fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That goes
so
to everybody here.
I'm thirsty, and instead of going to an energy drink,
Here we go.
so I brought this in. We're going to get to sports in a second. I brought this in. I bought this for my kids, and they hated it because they like the regular chocolate milk that you put the Hershey syrup in. But this is pre-made chocolate milk, and it's protein milk, and it's like half the amount of sugar.
Love it.
And it's so good, Ray. Would you like a cup? Because I always bring energy drinks or I'm drinking like diet soda, which is so bad for you. So I'm pouring myself a nice
I like the idea that it's got 14 grams of protein. That's good.
It's protein. Yeah, it's protein milk.
Yeah.
It's so delicious.
I am on the new caffeine kick over here. I decided to go with new Red Bull cans, but the chocolate milk /
so good.
protein. Yeah.
Cheers to YouTube. Delicious.
Are you an eggnog guy?
So I was just about to tell the story, and then we'll move on quickly. So we were filling in for Mike Missinelli, Sean and I, and it was a Christmas Eve. I brought a gallon.
I forgot about that.
I got a gallon of eggnog, and Sean was supposed to drink the gallon of eggnog before the show was over. And Sean's like, "Oh, that'll be easy." And like the first quarter of it went down pretty easy.
Real easy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
He didn't make it through a half gallon, or it just was a half gallon.
It was just a half gallon. I think he gave me credit for the half gallon, but yeah, I ended up heaving. It was bad.
He
bad.
missed out on the family's.
The stomach ache. Yeah, I did have a stomach ache. I couldn't do something. That's right. I forgot about that.
He missed out on family Christmas Eve because he was too injured.
The stomach. I drank a half gallon of eggnog because we brought him to 2 half gallons.
Yes,
That's what it was. And I went through the one, and it was like a cement wall. That's what it was. My stomach hurt. I forgot about that. Yes.
So
I am not an eggnog guy by no means, especially after that. I forgot about that. And you know what else still hits me to this day? Hot dogs.
Oh, the hot dog smell.
Remember, we did hot dogs for 4th of July. I forget what it was. I said I could eat probably 12. I think I ate 8, if I'm not mistaken. You gave me credit for that.
With the buns.
With the buns. But here's the rub. Eating them wasn't an issue. It was the fact that I made 20, 25 hot dogs, boiled them in my studio apartment, and that smell and the way that hot dog flavored water looked is still with me to this day.
Oh.
Still with me.
It's all fatty.
Oh.
And it does. It smells crazy.
Yeah, it's still, I got it in my nostrils right now.
All right. Well, there you go. So cheers to everybody out there. I got my chocolate milk. I'm ready to go.
Nice work.
All right. So Colin Cowherd. So Ray, refresh our memory on give me the Cliff Notes version of it. Why do you believe the Eagles are winning tonight?
I think in the controlled environment, the offense does it.
Here's Colin Cowherd on the Eagles tonight.
I'm going to take the Eagles -2.5 as my only favorite. They're 4-2 on the road. They beat Kansas City, Bucks, and Green Bay on the road. #1 red zone offense, #5 offensive line, and Saquon Barkley may not be running, but Jalen Hurts, for some reason, is often a better road quarterback. The Chargers have faced two teams with a winning record over the last 10 weeks. They got hammered by both of them. And the offensive line, it's not good at all. So Jalen Hurts, last 2 years on the road, I'm telling you, he's better away from Philly.
Yeah, and there's something to it. Even though there's going to be a ton of Eagles fans out there, and if they get 3 and outs, they're going to get booed. The vibe at Lincoln Financial Field, it was bad, especially in that second half. It was loud, it was nasty, and it was cold. And it's not going to be like that tonight. At least it won't be cold. Might get a little nasty.
All right, so Colin Cowherd's blazing 5 from this week. He took the Bengals +6. How'd that work out? I think that's a loss.
I thought they covered.
1.
Did they cover?
Yeah, that was 39-34.
Yeah, I think it was 5 points. Let me see.
What was the score?
I got to look. 39-34. So he hit that.
Damn. All right, then I got egg in my face.
Was that the only one he hit?
No, Jacksonville +1.5. He hit that. He took the Jets. The Jets lost outright. They got smacked by the Dolphins.
Yep.
Took the Houston Texans
good
that
pick.
hit, and he's got the Eagles. All right, so I stand corrected.
Colin Cowherd.
But like as good as he is, and I think Cowherd's the best. This is what he does. And Stephen A., if you watch the stupid first take and the other ones, they give you a bunch of stats because that's what the producers are giving him. Because they all this isn't coming off the top of his head. He's got a telestrator he's reading from.
Yes.
So he's doing his open, and he's very gifted at doing that. But also, like, he's not remembering all these stats, and it's coming from the top of his head. Right? So this is what they do. The producers give him this stuff for his argument because he probably does believe the Eagles are going to win. But now he needs the numbers to back it up. I don't need numbers. It's whether or not you think the team actually is going to go in there and they're going to win. I do agree with him here. Their offensive line's not great. The Chargers' offensive line's banged up. Becton's been a mess.
Yep.
Their two really good offensive tackles are out.
Yep.
They're injured. And this defensive line, this game is won. We talk about the offense. I don't believe that the Eagles are winning. If the Eagles win tonight, it's going to be because of the offense. It's because of the defense against Justin Herbert. And I think we all expect Justin Herbert to play at this point.
Yes.
They need to get to the quarterback. They need to affect the line of scrimmage. They need to, like, the Chargers can't be running the ball effectively all night long. I don't care if Jalen Carter's out of the game. They need to get to Herbert. Even if they're not getting turnovers and sacks, they need to make sure he especially with the injury, that he's uneasy and he can't be in the pocket slinging that ball around. So Ray, I think earlier had said that this is like an offensive win. I do not believe that. I still believe the defense carries them to this win.
If you had to give me a player that would get a sack tonight for the Eagles, where are you looking?
Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith. You can get him at +227 for 1 sack.
All right.
I'm a Jomo. Give me +190, Jomo. You're right, though. You got to get after Justin Herbert, especially with one hand. The issue is that they're going to want to get the football out of his hands as quick as possible. So they're going to be slinging it over the middle, on the outside for screens. But they got a pretty good run game, man. This dude Vidal from Troy is incredible. They're getting Hampton back from week 5 when he got hurt. It's a tough game. It's a tough game, John, especially the way that they have looked as of late.
Yeah, I just don't have.
I just need to rub this a little more.
So Sean's got his Vibe Bunny that was his daughter's nightlight.
Yes.
Before he stole it from her. The Eagles have their Vibe Bunny. I came in, and it's actually my Bet Parks pick of the day. I came in, and it was like, no, they're losing. But then Ray bled on the air and the Vibe Bunny and everything else. But really, like this is not a stat, and it's kind of like, like it's a feel. But if this team isn't fully together going out there, Saquon Barkley, can we play it again, Ray? Saquon Barkley's talking about the vibe on the sideline. Did he say it sucks or it's awful? Or something? He said it's awful.
Quote, yep.
Like, all right, does a Vibe Bunny make that better? Here's Saquon Barkley talking to the media.
Honestly, I think it's been awful. I don't think that's I think you ask anybody, if they're being honest, we will all agree on that. But most importantly, I think the energy throughout in practice and, walkthroughs and meetings has been great. Now we got to carry that to game day. So all the stuff has been great. Now we got to make sure that on game day, the energy's high, we execute when we make plays, and the rest should take care of itself.
All right, so one big thing that he hit there that is important. He said during the week and in practice, everything's great. So this isn't a team, at least Saquon's being honest. So he's saying, no, everything's good during the week. It's just then when the game starts, they play tight. And, so if everybody's getting along, and they should be good. Maybe getting them on the road will do them a lot better. Maybe it will. I hope.
But we brought up the fact that it's the stadium we know is going to be filled with Eagles fans.
With Eagles fans. Except it's a much bigger stadium.
Are they going to be happy Eagles fans because they're on vacation?
No. When you get to this point, you're waiting for a 3-and-out so you can be heard, right?
At home, yes. In beautiful Los Angeles, where it's 75 degrees and sunny, I don't know. Maybe I might be a little bit,
That's a great point.
Positive.
You're on vacation. Yes. You've had fun the last couple of days. There's a ton of people out there.
Oh,
I don't feel
they're
like
on the
sports trips out
pier.
there.
Oh, yeah, they're rocking out.
Yeah. Maybe it puts people in a different mood, but by the second drive, all right, maybe it gives you an extra drive of a 3-and-out. You go 3-and-out to start the game. Or, because we saw this against Dallas, what a great start. They're back. This is the statement game. And then the second half happens. Yeah. So just because you scored 21 points in the first half, if you come out and go 3-and-out in your first two drives in the second half, people will be
fourth quarter differential as far as scoring is concerned is one of the worst since Chip Kelly was here. We know why that was the case when Chip Kelly was here. Look, it comes down, and I hate to keep it simple, but it's running the football. If they could just run the football effectively, I think that they will have a much better chance at winning this game. Good luck throwing the ball against the Chargers defense. They're really good, but get Saquon Barkley going, and maybe Jalen makes a few plays with his legs. Am I asking for too much there?
He almost has to. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. There'll be an interesting broadcast of the game tonight. Sean will be watching that. Your phone calls. We'd love to get some feedback. Text line, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Are you taking the positivity pledge with the rest of us? We all have props, or Sean has a prop. What about you? Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Dunks.
All right, we're back Middays with Marks and Brace and Ray Dunn. 1 o'clock hour brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restoration's great team stick together. So does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call them at 610-980-4000. What is the text board singing about the Philadelphia Eagles tonight, Ray Dunn?
We actually found some positivity here. Look at the last time Saquon played in L.A. It's time this team goes back to what it does best, to run the football. Saquon Barkley, 150-plus and a touchdown. Mike from Trenton.
Capable of that? I mean, so, some of the things that Saquon, when he was talking about the vibe on the sideline, that he talked about, it's easy to have people excited on the sideline when you're running for 66 yards and it's a touchdown. And everybody loves it. But when you're slogging along, and I mean, think about what it would be like. Another 3 and out, another 3 and out, another 3 and out. Defense is like, Jesus Christ, man, we got to go back out. And they're exhausted. And the coaches are tight because it's not working. And the players are tight because it's not working. Yeah, it's like a freaking funeral on the sideline. And the offense needs to snap out of this. And like, Ray, even the text of saying like that the run game get like, does anybody expect the run game to work this year? Why? Why would I expect the run game to work this year? They got to figure out a different way.
My only pushback would be Jalen, right? You know, because I was watching something on the timeline yesterday about 2023 with the collapse, and you still saw Jalen. We talked about it earlier, how many points they were still able to put up. It was the defense why the collapse really happened. Jalen was in a lot of those videos, and he's just not running the football this year. He's not taking off, and if you believe the reports, okay, he wanted to do less of that. I understand. But we got a desperate situation on our hands right now. You can't lose 3 straight heading into the playoffs. It's right there for the taking. And look, when Jalen runs the ball for over 40 yards or more this year, they're 3-0. So I think it starts and ends with Jalen Hurts and him and his playmaking abilities with the legs. I think if you get that going, then obviously it's only going to open up things for Saquon in the run game as a whole. Oh, by the way, when the Eagles topped over 100 yards combined, they're 5-0 this year. Run the football. Run the ball.
Yeah. No, even the games that they didn't run it all that particularly well. The Kansas City Chiefs game, he ended up having, I think, below 4 yards a carry, but it felt like that they stuck with it. It was good they stuck with it because really, like that's how they need to win games. They can't win games like that anymore. With how they were just worried about doing tush pushes and moving the chains or whatever. That's not working for them anymore. At the end of 2023, and I'm so sick of bringing it up, but so they had 17 points Cowboys. They had 13 points for the Cowboys, 17 points against the Seahawks. Then they scored 33, 31, and then did they not need that last game of the season against the Giants? They put up 10 points. Or
that was the game. Remember when they brought out the starters and AJ got hurt? It was like, oh, this offense needs to get right, and then AJ gets hurt. He doesn't play against Tampa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Some of the real cluster that was. Like, we all talk about, the beginning of the collapse.
At the end. How about that Tampa Bay game? That was a circus.
They go losing to Jonathan Gannon at home on New Year's Eve to bringing out the starters in a meaningless game. AJ gets hurt to getting smoked by the Buccaneers. No wonder we want Sirianni fired. Oh, I can't believe they wanted that guy fired.
No, it was bad.
And then they come back the next year and win it.
Win the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. None of this makes sense.
So much good.
It doesn't make sense with the quarterback. It doesn't make sense with the head coach. None of it makes sense. Other than that, I'm so sick of saying it. The only way you can win is by having the most dominating run game ever. Then you're not going to win a lot. It's hard to do.
Well, I do believe that the defense is better than what we have seen these past 2 weeks, right? Like, I think that that's only going to help you out. Of course, when you go on the road against the Chargers here, you have to be able to play better defense than they did against the Bears. And I do feel like we will see a bounce back. I mean, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing to be able to not stop anything. DeAndre Swift, come on, man, over 280?
So Ray pointed this out, and he's right. If you go back and look at it, it really wasn't until after the tush-push fumble that the defense, like that was what bust the defense. After that, they were like, all right, we're not winning this game. They couldn't get any stops after that. Because what was the score when they were driving for the tush-push touchdown?
10-9.
10-9.
Defense had just turned the ball over. Hunt had the interception. They were set up to score. And that goes to the energy on the sideline. It's awful. That entire sideline was like it's over once they fumbled the ball in the tush push.
Bears drove right down, score a touchdown, just ran the ball right down their throat, scored a touchdown. Now they're up. Now they're up by 8 points, right? So then what happened? What happened after the 8 points? And then it was another drive. They'd go 3 and out or something.
Oh yeah.
Or was the Saquon fumble? Then Saquon fumbled it. They were in. I mean, they were in scoring territory. He fumbles it, and then they go down. They score again, and now you get the garbage touchdown or whatever.
I know we're trying to be positive, and I have the fate bunny right here.
Positive.
I'm just, you know what, man? I'm really worried because if this does not go the right way tonight, I'm fearful of what's being said about Jalen Hurts tomorrow. I am fearful.
What are they saying about Jalen Hurts tomorrow?
I mean, what have they've been saying about the Super Bowl MVP already?
How do you trump Ben Simmons?
Who said that? I missed this.
Somebody who hired me at another station was comparing him to Ben. Yeah.
Come on, that's absurd.
Well, but that's where this city goes.
That's drastic.
We don't know how to what.
Ben Simmons quit.
Kevin Patullo's his house got egged.
Yeah, but Ben Simmons quit on his team.
I can't tell you I dove very deep into outside of what I saw being written.
All right, but putting that to the side, just being honest with their observations, and like we brought up, he doesn't want to run the football. He doesn't want to make plays with his legs anymore. Whatever it is now time for you to do drastic things. You need to be, this is a desperate situation for the Birds. They have to win tonight. And Jalen Hurts, if they don't come back with the victory, the Tanner McKee stuff's going to be louder than ever.
Oh, for sure.
And this stuff is coming from inside the locker room too. The players are what's really driving this conversation. I don't think the media.
And I mean, this just isn't the players that are. Obviously, the front office or the coaching staff's doing a little talking too.
Sure.
Not just the players.
Yeah, there's being stuff dropped out there.
610-632-0975. Ray actually thank God we have Ray on the show. He had a great take on the situation, which is the Eagles win the game tonight, but they don't necessarily fix anything. They're able to do it for 1 week. I mean, isn't that really the Eagles when you look at it? They ran the RPO, but then that catches up with you. You can't do that. It can't be your offense. Then the league adjusts to it. You can't run the RPO. They did the zone read, which is a part of being the RPO, except Jalen runs it, which he doesn't, at least according to reports, doesn't want to do anymore. And we'll actually talk about that coming up because Jalen spoke to the media about the report. It isn't necessarily want to run the ball anymore. That's coming up next. Middays, the Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Getting set for Monday night. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Eagles play Monday Night Football for the second time this season. This time they're out in L.A. to play the Chargers tonight. The big story of the weekend, ESPN's Tim McManus reporting that Nick Sirianni has taken a greater role in the offense this week in preparation for the game against the Chargers. Take a listen to McManus.
I've been told by multiple team sources that head coach Nick Sirianni has increased his involvement with the offense this week heading into Monday night's game against the Chargers.
His increased involvement only matters if they find increase in points this week, as the Birds still looking for answers on that side of the football there without Jalen Carter on that defense this week, without Lane Johnson on offense. The Chargers will have their quarterback Justin Herbert. He's questionable. He had surgery on his non-throwing hand over a week ago, but is expected to play. Last night, the 76ers falling 112-108 to the Lakers, despite 28 points from Tyrese Maxey. And yesterday, the Colorado Avalanche beat the Flyers 3-2. This update is brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic, Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfied every Saturday with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
to run the ball this year. I was wondering if that's true, or if you approach the season the same way.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what is how we come to that conclusion or rationalize that?
So it wasn't my reporting, but there's been reporting that you don't want to run the ball as much this year.
Okay. I've always been focused on doing whatever it takes to win, and I've always put my energy on trying to bring a game plan and a strategy that week to life. So I'll continue to do that.
All right, that's Jalen Hurts. We're back, Middays with Marks. So that was Elliot asking the question. And it was Jimmy Kincade, and this is a nugget he dropped post Bears Eagles game where he gives awards out, right?
Okay.
So what he said was that, according to this, of course, doesn't want to get injured on such play. So the first thing he said was that he had said in print, he said he hears that Jalen doesn't want a lot of designed runs in the offense, in the game plan. So in other words, when they go into a week, he don't want to be hey, let's run it a lot with me, right? So that's essentially what he said, and it was very short, and that was it. But I saw it, some other people saw it, so we started talking about it. And what I had said was, it's probably that as you evolve as a quarterback, you do less running, especially if you've been injured. Donovan couldn't stay healthy, and he wanted to run less. Now there was some other stuff with Donovan why he didn't want to run, because he was called a running quarterback. And back in those days, black quarterbacks were called running quarterbacks, and it wasn't praise of them. It was more or less saying you can only run, you can't throw the ball well enough. So I would understand that angle of it. I honestly believe that Jalen, if this is out there, and so think about it. How does Jimmy hear about this? That he's having a conversation with somebody saying, well, how come Jalen doesn't run the ball a lot? Why aren't there a lot of designed runs? If you remember, Chris Collinsworth on that Sunday night broadcast was saying, hey, he's going to run the ball. They got to do more designed runs. So now everybody hears that, and he says back to Kincade, well, he doesn't really want a lot of designed runs in the game plan, which you can understand Jalen not wanting to get hurt and not wanting to have designed runs as much.
Yes, absolutely. 1. 2 is we remember what happened last year. The only game that they did lose, he went down with an injury, and it happens real easy. He gets down better than any quarterback.
He does not take reckless hits.
Correct. But more that you run, the more opportunities that you're going to take one of those hits. So I understand Jalen Hurts coming out and saying that. But all in all, like I said, this team needs to find a way to win. And when he continues to say, hey, look, I'll do whatever it takes to win, well, I think the best opportunity for this team to win is by your legs, your playmaking ability right now. Because they can't get Saquon Barkley going. They can't get the run game going. So why not have Jalen put it on his shoulders?
So I think going into the season, it's totally, you're talking to your quarterback, and you're you want to take the next step as a passer. After the Super Bowl, there was a reason to believe that, hey, this is a guy that is going to take that next step. Look what he did.
Yep.
And then you kind of get back into what you were last year. But you can see why the conversation happened. I don't want him running the ball 10 times a game, but if he can't do it with his arm, Sean, and this is where we are right now you got to run it.
Yeah, he ran 10 times against the Detroit Lions. I don't know how many of that was long runs or called runs, whatever, but 10. He ran 14 times against the Cowboys in week 1. Last 2 weeks, 11 total between the Bears and the Cowboys.
But specifically, when he's running, it's a lot of times he'll check to a sneak, like in the end zone, where he got the touchdown.
It was a beautiful play.
Or they do a design draw. I think really what everybody's talking about is the zone read, where he's keeping it, leaving it in the belly, or he's taking it and running.
Yep.
And that's where the RPO comes from, to where you can throw that as well. He hasn't done any of the running part of the RPO at all. And they don't even do the RPO anymore.
Do you think that's an angle for tonight, that, we see more from Jalen Hurts? It's an interesting way of looking at it.
You're going to have a conversation with Jalen. When Jalen says, I believe when Jalen says that it's by any means necessary, everything's on the table. I mean, at this point in the season, if you need to have design runs with Jalen Hurts, damn it, you're going to have design runs with Jalen Hurts.
His numbers are 30+, over 30+. Come on, man. He's got to be able to get that.
I think that would be a part of any, Chris Collinsworth was even speculating on the broadcast. They were saving it towards the end of the season in the playoffs so people didn't make adjustments. I don't believe that's the case. And I mean, Jimmy's a good reporter. I believe Jimmy. I don't think, a lot of people were like, oh, Jalen's coming out and saying, I'm not running, F you guys. I don't think that's the way it happened at all.
I agree.
I think going into the season, you want to stay away from your quarterback. who's been injured the last, he's gotten injuries in these years because he was running.
No, I'm right there with you. And I think, like I said, they got to find a way to win this game, and it's there for the taking with all these bad teams. Also, on the flip side of that, you saw Jaden Daniels get hurt again. Like, we realize that these quarterbacks can't get out there and call all these run plays because eventually it's going to catch up with you. But
the one guy who doesn't get hurt is Josh Allen.
It's because he's a beast.
And he takes on contact more. Yeah, but you would think at least something would happen at some point.
Especially in that weather.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need – unfortunately, you do need Jalen to run more, but I probably would have went in the season saying I do not want him running more. And now, I mean, your best option is Jalen Hurts being more involved in the running game.
I agree with that.
Let's go to Kyle. Kyle's calling from Conshohocken.
This is my guy Kyle, who writes for the Phillies Sports Network. Also on the sidelines for CBS Sports. He's Tracy Wolfson's producer.
I'm a big Wolfson fan. She
How
does a
about
nice
that?
job. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
What's going down?
Not much. Just kind of wanted to add some perspective from another voice who's been down on the sideline this year. As you know, CBS, we mostly have AFC games, but we did have Eagles-Broncos earlier this year. And if you speak to some people who have been on the sideline, I know that the radio sideline reporter has kind of echoed some of the sentiments that Barkley said this week. But one of the overarching feelings that I had being down on that sideline was exactly what Saquon said. There lacked an energy, despite them being a winning team and coming off a Super Bowl and early in the season and all the positive vibes that went into that game. There was a lack of excitement, a lack of rah-rah. And sometimes that can come off as fake when you see a lot of rah-rah on the sidelines, especially at the NFL level. But there are guys who do it very well. And Saquon is one of those guys. He does that extremely well every single game, whether you're watching on the broadcast, whether you're up close and personal. He's a guy who comes across genuine, tries to keep everybody in the moment, and there was a lot of no response when he was doing that in that game. And that was weeks ago when people thought they were still working through some challenges. This much later into the season, if that's still the feeling both in the building and outside the building, to me it just screams that there's some problems that go beyond the surface level of what we've seen.
Yeah. It's when you're struggling, everybody feels it, and man, like you would like an early score would help kind of get the tension and loosen
breaking
people up
one
or whatever.
Give me one to the house.
They haven't done that.
I know.
Saquon had that one against the Giants. Was it the early on in the game? And you think about it last year. How many big runs did he have?
Yeah,
especially early. You think, Kyle? Do you think they snap out of it?
Well, I think that they have to. I mean, that's obvious, right? It's funny to say that we're in a must-win territory for a team that's leading their division this late in the season, but it definitely feels like they need to begin to break these big runs. The talk last season was all about how they would wear you down and then break that big one, right? And they're trying to wear you down the same way this season, but they're unable to break the big one so far. And they need to find a way to do that, whether it's being creative in how they approach the runs with Saquon, whether it's what you guys have said half the show already, talking about getting Jalen moving on designed runs for him more just to open up more pathways for Saquon. There are things that you can take from what they've done within the Sirianni tree under his tenure as head coach, whether he's the play caller or not. There's things that they have done to create openings for these players. Even before they had Saquon, before they had the best running back in the NFL, they figured out a way to run the ball effectively. And whether it's injuries, whether it's trying to get more creative, they need to do something. And I think, I know he's not necessarily lauded as a great play caller. Sirianni himself stepping in this week gives me a little bit of hope that maybe they're going to add some wrinkles to this offense.
I mean, I would agree they will. Sean's rubbing the vibe bunny.
Yeah, I got the vibe bunny here. Great stuff, Kyle. Man, that was a long time ago, John. That was October 5th, the Broncos game. And you're telling me vibes were low then? They were winning games, for crying out loud. They were undefeated at that point in time.
Yep. The DeAndre Swift here, he was successful in large part. If you remember, he got injured. Jalen Hurts didn't play in one game that year, or maybe even when he came back, he was injured, and he didn't want to run the ball. And
oh yeah,
teams are like, yeah, you're not going to run the ball. So the threat of him not being able to keep it and run killed the running game on the offense. Like, this doesn't look the same since Jalen can't run the ball. That's why.
Yeah.
Because he can't run the ball, and everybody knows it.
Dan Orlovsky was saying it 2 weeks ago. Like, look, if you're not going to have that aspect in your game, then don't have him in shotgun, right?
There's
it
no
makes no
point.
sense. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no point. There's no point. All right, coming up, YouTube chat recap, and then also the Hall of Fame last night. Jeff Kent gets in.
How about that?
But Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens don't. We have to at least give 3 minutes to that. And what's Ricky Bo's lifetime stats against the new Hall of Famer? What do we think, Ray? What do you think?
Pretty good. He was really good against the good players.
So you looked?
No. I know this historically. We've done the fun like Ricky Bo verse. Ricky Bo against someone that made an All-Star game or had a good career, really good. Ricky Bo against the guy that you forgot existed. That's where he's ran into some trouble.
Ricky Bo against Jeff Conine. Probably Conine's batting 400. He's a good player, but still. All right, well, we'll check that coming up.
Fun
next.
exercise. I like it.
Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Tonight, you're going to be locked in to Monday Night Football, and you got to be locked in with the FanDuel Sportsbook app in partnership with Valley Forge. It's your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who will win with FanDuel. Any play could be the play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% profit boost token. That's right. You get in the action with a 30% profit boost token for this Monday night. And I've been racking my brain pretty much the whole show for something to give you guys that feels good. And I was thinking about who hasn't been involved in this offense. And Goddard, over the last 3 games, has just 2 receptions in each of those games. I went back and tried to look for a 4-game stretch where the guy had 3 or less catches in that time. You have to go back to 2019 for the last time that happened for him. That is how little he's been involved. Sirianni comes in. What's he going to try and do? He loves those short passes. It's an extension of the running game. Goddard right now is sitting at over-under of 3.5 receptions for this game. A 30% profit boost for plus 106. I like those odds. Make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Visit FanDuel.com/winning. That's FanDuel.com/endzone. FanDuel.com/endzone. And play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus at President, Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLE.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. As always, Football Mondays brought to you by Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and AC. They're the local Bryant home comfort team. Visit nopaybryant.com to keep your HVAC in the starting lineup. There you go. So they didn't even get voted in. I so loosely looked at this because I'm so tired of the Hall of Fame talk. But Jeff Kent, it's not the Veterans Committee, but it's like something like the Veterans Committee where these guys that they're not voted in by the writers, but they need a certain amount of this committee to vote them in. So Bonds and Clemens don't get in, but Jeff Kent gets in as he is the newest Hall of Famer by whatever committee that it is.
The Contemporary Baseball Era Committee, where there are 16 total ballots and you need 12. You need your name on 12 of them, John Marks.
Okay. Well, he got in. Now, he has the most home runs of any second baseman in baseball history.
Okay.
But I think the easiest test for me is if I say a player, you say whether or not they're a Hall of Famer. If you have to think about it, they're not.
To a point, yes, I could agree with you on that.
Because the more you study stats, the more you're going to like Jimmy Rollins. Jason Stark is going to try to put Jimmy Rollins in the Hall of Fame based on, let me come up with 19 stats and nobody else has done this. And I'm not ripping Jason. Jason's the best in the business.
You're right.
But I don't think Jimmy Rollins is a Hall of Famer, and I love Jimmy.
Do you think Chase Utley's a Hall of Famer?
I don't.
Yeah, me neither. But because Jeff Kent's in, yes.
And it'd be great if these guys got in.
Absolutely.
Mike Schmidt's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Roy Halladay's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer.
Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer. Jeff Kent's not. He was the MVP, so he's the league MVP. He was a good player. But if I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say I'm not putting Barry Bonds in because he was a PED abuser and Roger Clemens because the PED accuser, fine. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Are you telling me that you don't think Jeff Kent was on some kind of PEDs? How many players during that era were not on them? Like, really?
Look at the size of those forearms.
I mean, come on, Sean. Yeah. Everybody's in baseball's doing them, and you see some scrub like Brady Anderson come along, and you're like, hang on. Hey, where's he getting? You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to believe, and I won't name any names because I don't know if there's credible info that's out there, and I'm not saying there is credible info on Jeff Kent, but I have to believe everybody from that era was on something. Right? Like, do you think Jeff Kent was a clean baseball player? He was playing in the Balco era with Barry Bonds.
AJ Brzezinski had something to say on his podcast recently about it. He threw a year out there that, anything before then, everything should be carte blanche and just move on. I'm kind of with him on that. At the end of the day, Roger Clemens is a Hall of Famer. Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer. Like, get these guys in there. However, A-Rod, I can't stomach. No A-Rod, though. No A-Rod. That's where I draw the line.
A-Rod's a Hall of Famer.
Man, he got banned from. He continued to cheat.
Well, by the way, I don't care if these guys get in or not. Like the whole Hall of Fame can go to hell at this point.
I know. Yeah.
Seriously. But if you're going to put Jeff Kent in, then I'm going to have to say, hang on a second. Jeff Kent's not a Hall of Famer. Like, if you think he's a Hall of Famer, fine. But, like, what does he look like without the juice? If indeed that's something he did, which I think a lot of people.
Do you remember when Jeff Kent got hurt when he said he was washing his truck?
Yeah, he's on a motorcycle.
You're riding a motorcycle.
Yeah, he's riding a motorcycle.
Love it. So we did real quick research on this one. Ricky Bo versus Jeff Kent.
Yes.
And
Ricky Bo's lifetime stats, or I guess Jeff Kent's lifetime stats against Ricky Bo.
18 plate appearances, 17 at-bats, and Jeff Kent was only 2 for 17. He had 1 double, 3 RBI, 1 walk. And how about this? Ricky Bo struck out the future Hall of Famer, or the now Hall of Famer, Jeff Kent 8 times. Wow.
How about that?
Nice work. Yeah.
Wow.
One player that Ricky Bo did not get, though, was Mark Grace. Mark Grace is a hell of a batter. Obviously left-handed stick, so, Mark Grace, 7 of 13. Pretty good. But this is really cool, man. Ricky Bo struck out Barry Bonds 5 times.
How many bats?
13 total.
Wow.
Bonds charging the mound. Batalico is ready for it.
Yeah. Wow. I've never heard that call. That is great. I haven't heard that call.
That's on the drop board. Yeah.
That is insane.
You need to find the full video. If you do one thing with the rest of your day.
Okay, I will.
Harry Callis narrating Bonds going after Ricky Bo. Because it's so funny.
We need to
one
film
guy.
that because I haven't.
Well, you found Jeff Kent comments from that brawl.
Yes.
When you originally Googled Ricky Batalico and Jeff Kent, one of the first things that come up is Jeff Kent talking about the brawl.
Jeff Kent talking about, yeah, exactly. How
Because he said that it wasn't dirty or something like that.
but they were stealing bases.
So San Francisco, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Ray, they were stealing bases when they were up big.
Yeah.
And, you know what happens. You do that. And I don't blame them. Yeah, go right after Bonds.
And Ricky wasn't supposed to throw that day.
Yeah, and they knew that he was the guy for the job.
Yeah, and it was basically he was forced to. I forget who wouldn't do it. I think there was someone that wouldn't do it.
Jerry Spradlin, I think it was, wouldn't do it.
And Ricky was forced into.
That's incredible. I mean, that would be on my LinkedIn page, my bio for everything. I struck out Barry Bonds 5 times. Oh, by the way, brawled with him.
I think it's the only time he charged the mound, Barry Bonds.
Wow.
So you got Barry Bonds in his lone fight.
Well, everyone was afraid of the guy, Ricky.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, one thing I know about Ricky is that I don't think there's many things that intimidate him.
I met Ricky many, many years ago at Pitcher's Pub in Manayunk. He would never remember it. He was cool as hell that night. He was talking shop with all of us. So I've only seen him a few times here now when I've been in with you. Yeah, he would still throw at Bonds. He would still, to this day, go after him. I guarantee.
That's the terrifying thing of working with him. He went after Bonds, man. We'd make a few comments at him. You never know. He might throw at you.
If we did a baseball bit where Ricky, like if I was like, I could hit Ricky right now, right, which I'm not going to do, he would throw at me and hit me.
I'm sure.
He wouldn't even try to brush me off the plate. He would just hit me.
Yeah, that's one way to control that at bat right there.
Yeah, nope, I'm out. Yeah. Ray, you hit Ricky?
Do I get a running start?
No. No, do you think you can get a hit off of Ricky throwing it?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
You sure?
No. If you're looking for a producer that thinks that, he produces the morning show, not me.
Does Connor think he can?
Yeah. I think Connor also thinks that he could probably hit better velo right now on the gun than Ricky can.
Well, I mean, he was a pitcher, though, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think Ricky could throw right now?
I'm sure he can get in the low 90s.
No.
I bet
His
he
shoulder's falling off.
All right. No?
80s?
All right.
70s?
Well, he's definitely got 70s. I can get you 70s.
You can get a 70s?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure. Come on, man. I did it at the
shoulders falling off.
You're doing 70s, my ass.
I guarantee you I can get 70 on the gun. Come on.
All right, we have too many bits than shows, man. It's another
The
bit.
Spring Mill Fire picnic that happens up the way at the Conshohocken. I'll have to go ahead and toss a few.
Or we could just go out to all right.
We need a
doing it.
gun. Yeah, let's get the gun.
Yeah, let's get a gun down here. Maybe Herb has a gun. All right, let's get to this. Go ahead, Ray.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
All right, rehab, Ray, give me some.
My stepmom has frequent nosebleeds, just like Ray. She went to her doctor in Istanbul 20 years ago. The doctor told her to smoke a cigarette every day to stop the constant bleeding. If Bayless from the YouTube chat...
Well, Ray, getting a lot of suggestions on how to stop it? No?
I've gotten enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not
enough.
going to take any of them. I'm just going to deal with it.
In case you're just tuning in, Ray's nose started bleeding profusely while he was doing a sports update. And rather than tap out of the sports update, he cupped his hand to catch the blood as he finished the update with the sponsor.
I feel like
the sponsor read.
I feel like there's some like wrestling vibes with this, like Ray Hell in the Cell done, you know?
Right. Yeah, seriously.
Can't wait till this legend grows and it wasn't just me finishing the last 2 lines of Super Sure. He did the whole update. His nose was just gushing.
Yep, no legs. They were cut off.
Yeah.
975 Middays on Twitter if you want to see the video.
So good.
We put it up for you, and then follow us as well. All right, what's next?
We told Ray to stop smoking Marlboro Reds, exhaling through his nose. Now look, bleeding from the nose. Migs from the YouTube chat.
Yep. Ray, got to take better care of yourself.
Thanks. That's going to make me take better care of myself.
Gotta stop. Well, I mean, don't you think you should get it checked out?
I mean, I know it's going to happen. I see the calendar turn to December, air gets dry. I'm like, Christmas, and my nose is going to be a pain in the
The calendar turns to December. He needs a corner man. He needs Stitch over here from the UFC shoving Vaseline up his nose.
Yeah, you need a cut man in there. I would just say, mate, I know a good ear, nose, and throat doctor.
There you go.
All right? I'll refer you.
I have a feeling the rest of them are just going to be about this, too.
Yeah, probably. All right, go ahead.
Hey, I like that shirt. Do you guys carry it in spicy mustard yellow? Sean Brace, probably. MBD from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, Sean's got a...
I was trying to think of it. Is it brown mustard? Spicy mustard. Spicy mustard
brown.
is brown. Yeah.
Spicy
yeah,
brown.
right.
No, that's not yellow. So I said mustard, and you said spicy brown, because it's definitely not yellow.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a burnt sienna, I think is what it is.
What's your number one go-to mustard? Are you a yellow mustard?
No,
Are you
spicy
Grey
brown,
Poupon?
No, probably spicy brown. Depends on what it is. I can eat yellow mustard, but I do more
honey
brown.
mustards.
Like this right here, I'm eating my Lebanon bologna sandwich that's warm because I didn't put an ice pack in there.
Nice.
Yeah, brown mustard.
What do you got? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, brown mustard. All right, any more, Ray?
Yeah.
I can't stop picturing Ray looking like Brad Pitt from Snatch. Post-boxing match, bloody face, cig hanging off the lips, karate mark.
Sitting on the stool.
It's a profile pic right there, Ray. Make it happen.
He was also hammered from the wake the night before, and if you're familiar with the Snatch.
Yes.
I think they killed his mum. I don't know.
I was home last night. I was not hammered last night. Last one.
All right.
This is what we need in this locker room. Someone so passionate they would bleed for this team. T. Kells from Mount Laurel.
Yeah, we need Ray in the locker room. Seriously.
Saquon's not complaining about vibes if you see someone bleeding. That's for sure.
Oh, I would make that sideline so much better vibes-wise.
You sure would.
I bring the positivity every day.
Positive Ray. All right, final score, positive Sean. You're caressing the
Last
God bunny.
second field goal, 23-20. Birds come away with the victory.
Ray?
Said earlier, I'll say it again. 24-20 is the score. Offense might look good for one half.
What did I say earlier? They lose by 4, or is it 2? Whatever it is, I have to stick with my original prediction and say they lose.
There you go. I got to flip it colors now, finally, after the show.
Finally, it took 4 hours to do it.
Figured it out.
Good job, Sean.
See, that's a good sign for tonight.
Your
Your
daughter
offense
would have
will,
figured
too.
it out in about 30 seconds.
Yes, she would have. Yes, she
I still like. I mean, to me, it feels like maybe Sirianni's more involved and they have the extra time or whatever. I mean, we're doing a lot of hoping here. We're doing a lot of hoping with this team. And to me, when I watched them and I watched them against the Bears, I saw a team that just, you had talked about trust, belief.
Yep.
Any of those things. And I haven't seen it. I hope they come out tonight. The best case scenario for me, Ray laid it out, which is they figure it out for this week, but they don't ultimately fix what's wrong with them. But at this point, it doesn't matter. You're going to start getting wins. They can still figure this out. It doesn't have to be this week, but they can't lose more games because then they're going to be totally screwed. You keep losing games.
Al Davis, just win, baby.
We're back tomorrow with Harry Mays, Ricky Bowe, and Bill Colarulo. Unfiltered is coming up next. Everybody, have a great night. We will talk to you tomorrow after the game. See you.